Hey Brenda,
Hey, good morning.
how you
And
doing? How you
I'm
doing?
good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm still coughing.
Oh, you got a cold.
I don't, girl. The last 2 weeks I've had. Well, for the last couple of months I've had the allergies,
Oh yeah, the pollen.
and I went to the allergist. She gave me another inhaler and a nebulizer. Okay, now I got the Good morning, James, and now I got uh, the cough. She gave me some allergy medicine. So I've been taking the allergy medicine and all of that. Then I had a little stomach virus. I think I caught that from when I went over to the doctor.
Oh
And
wow.
then last week I had a fever and this cough and stuff. I tell you, I've been sick for 2 weeks now.
Oh my goodness.
And I didn't get to see my baby for the holiday. And I've been in here.
Oh wow. I hope you feel better.
Well, I'm doing the best I can. Your mailman been by already?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're lucky. I don't get my mail till nighttime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
In the
goodness.
wintertime, it's mostly dark. Now it's just before it's dark.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
I think Duvet is doing it because I signed a petition to get rid of him. So he's probably got me on his bad list.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh boy. Hey Jackie.
Hello, folks. How you
Hi
all doing?
Diane. How you
Hey,
Good
doing,
now,
morning.
baby?
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
hello.
I see your hair's growing back.
Yes, but I'm gonna cut it again before it get too
Oh,
long.
wow.
Cause I like it cut.
Oh,
It's getting
okay.
summertime, and I don't want it all over my head.
Well, I can understand that. That's why I cut mine down a little bit.
And not only that, I look like my sister, the one behind me with the big bush, the beautiful one. I'm the gorgeous one. She the beautiful one.
Oh, okay. Hey.
She came to see me Sunday. She brought me dinner.
Oh, that was nice, Diane.
Yeah,
Excuse me, y'all.
you know. I'm gonna give y'all a laugh. Up until
Well,
I
I
was
could use one, so make it a real good one.
okay, up until I was in my 60s, I was always told that they wasn't my sisters. So so when I got in my 60s, me and her almost look like twins, and she's 3 years older than I am, my oldest sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, I say, sister, I said, can't nobody say I'm not your sister no more, because everybody see us think we twins. We walked alike, we talked alike, we looked alike. I mean, she had a
Mm-hmm.
haircut like mine too.
Oh, she cut hers like yours?
Yeah, she got hers like mine too. And if you see her, you wouldn't believe we look exactly alike.
What?
Exactly. And I'm gonna get this tooth fixed. Oh, this tooth is driving me crazy. I'm gonna call the dentist and get it fixed.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well,
But
you
I
still
had a
be.
very, go ahead.
I just said, Diane, you still beautiful, baby,
I
and you
know.
still have a gorgeous smile. Right on. Yeah.
I had a wonderful weekend. Only thing is, y'all, this is terrible. When it rains, I have the worst time because I can't move as fast as I want to.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
I spend all day wetting on myself. But any other time I can get up and get to the bathroom.
But
But
you know
Well,
that's
what
all
I'm
right.
saying, that
you
that
know,
that humidity get to your bones, because
yeah, yeah.
I broke my ankle over 50 years ago, and when it rained, it hurt, it ached.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it's yeah, no,
Hey,
don't be ashamed of that. We
no,
all
honey, let me tell you.
got some
But
kind of ailment.
right, I know when the weather changed, all of a sudden I can barely get up. To
Honey,
Yeah.
get
don't let it
to the,
get cold.
oh yes.
Cold and rainy. Oh Jesus!
Uh-huh.
I have to
Yeah.
get. Look, I almost fell on the cat the other day. I said, look, honey, this is not a good place to be. You want
Right,
to keep
right.
on? If I fall on you, I'm gonna kill your ass because I'm too fat. I can fall on you. I'm gonna kill you.
Can you imagine that cat scratching you? And I'm
No, because
crazy.
by the time I hope she has sense enough to when I start going tumbling down and she goes running,
She gonna run.
cause she'll be a flat pancake.
Mm-mm-mm.
How's
Just
Drew,
visualizing.
how's Drew, Brenda?
Huh?
How's Drew?
Oh, he doing fine. He's sitting right here looking at me eating.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I watched
Hello,
downtown
everybody.
Hello,
Hello.
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 Hello. How y'all doing today?
just
How
fine.
you?
Caroline.
I'm a Carolyn, and hey, Gracie.
Okay.
Well, I was
How
just
y'all
telling them I
doing?
had a miserable weekend because I couldn't see my
Hey,
baby
Gracie.
because it is cold. But anyhow, I'm surviving.
You said you have a cold, Miss Dennis?
Oh yeah, last week I had that bug in my tummy, and I think I got that at the doctor's office. Now I got a cold all last week. I've been through. I'm on my third bottle of Mucinex.
Oh my goodness. I hope you feel better.
Well, I'm trying.
Yeah, me too. Hope you feel better.
Are you able
I'm
to eat
just
lunch?
cold. I'm cold all the time, so
Are you
I'm
able to
just
eat any lunch?
no. I haven't been able
No.
to eat it. No, I had
Well,
some hot tea and an English muffin. That's about it. So.
Okay. Well, I
I'm
certainly hope
cooking.
you feel better soon.
Okay, honey. Thank you.
Hello,
Anybody
everyone.
having lunch today?
Good
Well,
morning, everybody.
I got my
Hi.
egg.
Hello.
I
Hello. Hi,
got my.
Brenda. Hey, Carolyn. Hey.
I got my aide to fix me some vegetables, corn on the cob, and ribeye steak. That's gonna be my lunch and dinner.
Okay. Miss Ribeye steak with your corn.
Uh,
Yes, I got mixed vegetables also.
hello, Andre.
Andres, the music up so loud we can't hardly hear. Can you turn it down just a bit?
Somebody got to turn their TV down because I already got a headache. Please.
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
Hello,
How's
hello.
everyone today?
Hello.
Hello.
How's everyone? Hello.
Doing just great. How are you doing today?
Hello.
What are you having for lunch today? Anybody? I see you, Miss. You eating something, Miss Bodie? What you having?
She's
She's
too
just a
busy
chew.
eating. She doesn't even hear know you talking to her.
She's just a
Yes.
chewing.
And I done spoke to Mr. Andre Seniors twice. I
Whatever
guess
you
he
look
ain't
good.
he's not talking either.
Carolyn. Carolyn. Not you, Caroline, the other way. Carolyn. Brody.
Look, she not paying no attention to eating her food.
Whatever she's eating, I wish I could have some of
Me
it
too, cause she
because
sure look like she. Look at that.
it's good.
Yeah, she don't
I
look
don't know
like
what
she's
it is,
enjoying it.
Who is that?
Did everyone have a great
Tracy.
weekend?
Yes, I had a wonderful weekend.
What did you do, Miss Lee?
My sister came over with dinner for Sunday. She brought me some cornbread, some beans, and some salmon croquettes.
Could you please mute yourself if you're not talking because your background is coming in and we can't hear the senior speaking?
somebody does not realize, and I know it's not me because my TV is down low. Only thing is on just
I'm gonna mute everyone and then you can unmute yourself.
okay.
Ooh, thank goodness. Okay, unmute yourself if you want to speak. And hopefully the
Tracy.
person will keep their music in the background.
Caroline, I had my sister brought me some cornbread, some beans, and some salmon croquettes.
Oh, nice.
So I ate that for 2 days. I ate it for Sunday and Monday, and I enjoyed it immensely.
It sounds like a real good one.
See, it don't take much to make me happy.
Well, that's a good one. That'll make anybody happy. I'm happy just listening to it.
Well, we cooked brisket and made shredded barbecue and had that and barbecue ribs and hamburgers and hot dogs. And I had to sit up on the porch while everybody else was in the yard. So I made potato salad, a recipe that's in the book, and baked beans, and we had deviled eggs.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was a nice spread.
Well, that was out. Get on the move for the summer.
That's a good one to get you on the move. I feel like moving towards that myself.
I have a question, Caroline.
Yes.
I ordered some food from Aldi's, and all the potatoes. I ordered a bag of potatoes. They was rotten. So how do I get Aldi's to refund my money? I threw them away.
You should have took them back.
Yeah, I would have taken them back.
They delivered.
Oh, they delivered?
Well, you should have
go
made
to
them
the
come and
site.
pick them up.
You can go to the site and you can go to your grocery order. That's the way I do it on Amazon. I've never ordered from Aldi, but what I generally do when I get something that's not right, I go back to the grocery list and I go down the list, and they have a option beside each item that you ordered. And if you want to hit the return on it, you hit the return on it. And then most times, 10 times out of 10, they say, we're not coming back to pick the item up. You go ahead and keep it, and we're going to refund your money to the payment that you paid with.
Okay. Because, I knew the potatoes was bad because you could smell them.
Right. Oh, wow.
Lord, you mean to tell me that the driver couldn't tell the potatoes was rotten if you could smell them?
Well, I don't know, evidently not. But I threw the whole bag away. I was gonna make some potato salad also today. I haven't cooked in 9 years. Well, I didn't necessarily cook them. I had my aide to put it together like I would have cooked.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah. You got a good one too. That means you got somebody that knows how to follow directions and can cook.
Right.
And you had good instructions.
Yeah, right. and you have I'm fortunate that because the girl my girl was with me over the weekend. She's cooking everything American, and she's just fabulous. But we made a 7-Up cake, Caroline.
Oh, wow, nice.
And it turned out really good. I didn't have any lemon aspects, so guess what? I put some real lemon in it.
I'm not surprised it's good. I'm not surprised.
So
saw that-
it was fabulous, and I did a little trick in it, and I put some pudding in it, lemon pudding. I mean, that thing is bad. That is bad, girl.
Is it bad like that chocolate pudding you had in your refrigerator?
Yeah, that was a chocolate cheesecake.
Chocolate cheesecake. I'm sorry, chocolate cheesecake.
Yeah, and the trick to that, they didn't have any wafers, chocolate wafers, so I bought me some new Oreo chocolate fudge cookies, and we put them in the blender and blended it up, made the crust. And you know, my aide told me, she said, I want one of them for my birthday at September. I said, okay, well, you got it.
Well, at least she gave you enough time in advance to get it ready.
Hey,
Right.
Well,
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Good
We have
afternoon,
lunch,
ladies.
Mr.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Caroline, you know what I made?
And
I
that's
made this
Mr. That's Ronald Mickens, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We know.
How you doing, Mr. Mickens?
I'm fine. How you doing, Miss Ann?
I'm doing, honey. Trying to get by.
Good.
What were you
good.
saying, Mr. McManus?
I was trying to tell you that this happened like over a year ago. I made my own homemade vanilla extract.
Oh,
If you get it from the store, it's ridiculous. It's outrageous.
Yeah,
oh,
the
it
price.
is. It's
I
got to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
And you
I looked
made
up
it?
the rest-
How did you do
I
it?
made it with
Nice.
vodka. You use vodka and lemon. I'm sorry, vodka. I'm thinking lemon. Somebody said lemon. Vanilla beans. I ordered these Madagascar vanilla beans. They were
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
I got a big jar of vanilla extract, and it's got the vanilla pieces in it, and I've used it. It's good.
Oh,
It's
That's
better.
the first time I
Oh,
ever heard
God.
somebody say that they
Well,
made
I
some
will be
vanilla
calling you,
extract.
Brenda.
That's nice, wonderful. I might have to
That's
try
what they
that
put
one.
with
Yeah,
bourbon.
because
Yeah.
you know, and the imitation, the big bottle at Costco, the imitation one is selling for $25.
Yeah, it is
I
very
don't
Imitation.
use imitation. I
Yeah.
don't use
No.
I
imitation.
don't use that
Yeah.
either. So
Yeah.
Oh my
I
goodness.
think I paid $30-something for the vanilla because I refuse to pay $11 for a little thing like this.
I
No.
know it's
It
ridiculous.
ain't as big as my eyeglass.
Well,
It is very
Costco,
expensive. I agree with that.
yeah, Costco, they had I think it was like a big 12-ounce bottle, and it was like $35, $37. So
So
yeah.
those were the only two ingredients, the vodka and the Madagascar vanilla bean.
Vanilla beans, yep. And you
So
just
what
let you let
grind
it sit.
How do you grind it up in the blender?
No, you don't grind it. I cut the vanilla beans open so the ingredients will get mixed in with the vodka, and you just let it sit. So I've had it over a year now, so it's good and ready.
How much vodka? How much vodka did you
Hey,
use?
that sounds like a product you can sell, Brenda.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, but we need to
Look,
collaborate.
all natural. And a little vodka is good for the blood.
Yeah. Well, but real vanilla has vodka, it has alcohol in it anyway.
It does.
So-
I didn't realize it was
All
vodka
the
all this
extra got
time.
in it. All of them.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't even realize
All
it
of
had
them had
alcohol in
alcohol.
it.
Brenda,
The
I
only
need to
thing
ask
I
you how
drink is
much
a little
vodka you
champagne
use.
every now and then, and I ain't had none of that so long. I probably wouldn't even know what it was.
I need to ask you, Brenda, how much vodka you use.
I need to
Well,
know.
I used like the same size bottle that Costco came in, like the 12-ounce bottle. You
So
know,
it's like
it's about
Yeah, but how much vodka
14.
was in there with the vanilla bean?
That's what she's talking about, the
Show
12
you.
ounce.
Wait a minute.
She said she
Wait,
gonna
I need to she can show you.
Okay.
That's the bottle.
like this.
Wait a minute. Go back.
No, Brenda, but to get the
I'm gonna
bottle.
make me some this week.
I
Hey.
can't see the bottle.
I gotta go get some vanilla bean now and figure out where we can find some.
And now
Without
you can in the store on
Market.
Amazon.
you
No,
go.
this is a 16-ounce bottle.
Okay.
Y'all can see it. Yeah.
yeah.
It's the same bottle that I bought at Costco, and I just put vodka in it. I didn't fill it all the way up so I can get the vanilla beans in it,
Yeah.
and just let it sit. You
Okay.
let it sit. So
So
I
you
had
almost fill the whole bottle up of like 3/4 vodka.
no, just
That's too
pretty
much.
close.
And just leave room for the beans.
Yeah, you leave room
Yeah.
enough for beans and let them just.
So you make a half of the bottle vodka.
No, I filled it up with this bottle here.
No, you're not understanding what I'm
Brenda,
asking. I'm
Brenda,
saying,
what she
how
want
much
to know
vodka
is
do you
how
put
much
in that
vodka.
bottle? That's right. How much vodka did you put?
How much
Uh,
vodka did you use in there?
Probably 15 ounces. Because
Oh,
this is a 16-ounce container.
okay.
So I
You
did
don't
about
use that much
15 ounces of vodka, and the rest are the vanilla beans.
How
Boy,
many
you
vanilla
better
beans
use
did you
that
use?
in a recipe. Somebody go
I
get drunk.
used
That's almost 2
about
cups.
I
That's
used
2 cups
about
of
10
vodka.
of them.
About 10. Okay.
Oh, I think I would like that, Brenda. I think you can sell that, girl. Could you imagine eating a good lemon pound cake made with that? Woo, you get a buzz right away.
You be drunk.
Because the alcohol burns up when
It's
you
gonna
bake
cook
it.
off.
Yeah, it's in a cook-off, honey.
Uh-huh.
But then you can add a little bit at the end with little teeny prick holes, and you can add a little bit at the end.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
But
cool,
yeah.
Brenda. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
had
And you know
this
what?
over the years.
That's been innovative, Brenda. That's why I'm saying you have a product that you can sell right there.
Exactly. Yeah.
And thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yes, thank
Sure.
you.
Yeah, it saved you paying for vanilla extract at the store. Now the vanilla beans, I ordered them. I think I ordered them from Amazon,
Yeah.
and I think I paid maybe about $28 for them. You know, and it was worth it. It was like 3 or 4 bunches. So, and I just put all of them in the container. You know, kind of split them a little bit, so it turned dark. And had it over a year, so it's good to go.
That is really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do admit that the big bottle of vanilla that I think is $35 for the real vanilla.
Yeah, it is. It might
It-
be more than that now.
But you know what? I've had it for 2 years, and I've made a lot of cakes. So it goes a long way.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm not surprised that you've had it over a year.
I use it in my sweet potato pies. So.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I use that, and I pour it over. I use a little vanilla in my apple pie too.
So Caroline, when you make your sweet potato pies, do you make them thick or thin with the sweet potato?
I do both. It depends on what the person is asking for.
Okay.
Well, I'm asking for free.
Okay. Okay.
Diane, I started to skip the today, but I'm glad I got on here because you already got me laughing.
I know, right? Diane, I just love your humor. You make me laugh too.
We look forward to your humor each and every time you're on.
Well, and she makes you feel. She makes you feel when you're feeling bad. She makes you feel glad. So
That's good. Because you're laughing, and laughing is the best medicine. That's right.
Every day they were. Yeah.
Laughter is good
It's
for the
so
soul.
true.
Yes, I feel better already since I signed on because I've been laughing almost the whole time.
I tell you,
Diane, I gotta make you a
Diane,
sweet
you
potato
can-
pie.
you
Can you
can
get
tell 'em-
somebody to come get it?
I didn't hear you, Gracie.
I said, you say you love sweet potato. I said, I'll make you a sweet potato pie. Can you get somebody to come get it?
Oh, Can you make me one too, Miss Gracie?
Can you get somebody to come get them?
I
I'm
come
gonna
and
get
get
it.
Gracie. You make me a sweet potato pie. I get in the cab and get them to bring
There
me.
you go.
And
Put,
well,
put the
Miss,
number in the
I would
chat. Put your
personally
number in
come
the
and get
chat.
it.
That's so
Huh?
sweet of you, Miss
Put your
Gracie.
number in the chat.
Okay.
Well, I'm giving Diane one of my sweet potato pies. She said she liked it. You liked it, Diane?
Like it. I love.
Well, Diane, you got two now. You got two sweet
You
potato
say you
pies.
what, Miss Leach?
I
You what, Miss Leach?
love it.
You what? You love it.
I
love
love it.
I
You
swear to
like
Diane
brownies?
is a trip.
You like brownies too, Diane?
Wait a minute. Look at me. Did I get this fat not eating? I ain't this fat not eating. I love everything.
Okay.
When I was a little girl, I never had a full meal. I don't think until I was moved with my aunt and I was 11, 10.
Wow.
I never had a full. I don't remember ever having a full meal. I'm sure I did. So whatever my aunt put on that table, I ate. And I'm telling you, I've been eating ever since. And
Right.
it's nothing I don't like. And don't tell me what it is, cause I want to taste it. And if I don't like it, I'll put it aside.
That's how it should.
I'll eat it, but I won't eat it again.
Yeah.
You know, I don't waste other people's food.
Say
I'll
try.
eat it.
You might like it one time.
Right. You know, I don't. When I go someplace, I just do a little bit of everything
Yeah, just try it.
and try it. The only place I ever went that I didn't like the food, when you go to a funeral and you don't like the food, that means can't nobody cook.
Hey,
I've been to one of those before
oh yeah, couple times.
at a
And
church.
Diane, I thought I felt that way about food too until a few years ago. We were celebrating my brother's birthday in Atlanta, Georgia, and they wanted to try this fancy seafood restaurant. And we get in there, and he ordered some alligator. And he said, "Come on, try it, Lynn." I'm like, "No, thank you. I don't eat alligator. I don't even want to try it."
It's good.
It tastes like chicken.
That's
It's
what
good.
they say. That's what they
They
say.
taste it right good.
I
Love
have
it.
it.
Well, see, somebody tricked me, so that's how I tasted it. And frog legs too.
Turtle.
I
No.
thought it was chicken, and
Oh no.
yeah, and it tastes
It's
like chicken.
delicious.
It was fried. It was fried like a southern fried chicken,
That's right.
and it tasted really good.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
my uncle
Gracie, I
tricked
put
me
it
one.
in the chat for you.
Huh?
Gracie, I
Okay.
put my number in the chat for
Okay.
you.
Put yours in there, Lynette. I'll call you too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah,
I have a question.
Within June, I'm gonna do it for you as soon as I can get to the store and get the stuff.
Okay.
I have a question. Has anybody heard from Portia?
No,
No,
That's
I
what
have
y'all
been
call
trying to get Portia. Portia is not answering her phone.
No, she's
not.
You think she's in the hospital?
I don't know.
Where she is? I don't know.
Caroline,
Yes.
She ain't answer the phone. She ain't answer
is
the
it any
door.
way that you can reach
I
out to
went to go
Portia?
check on her.
I've sent the message to Teresa to reach out to her. I'll follow back up with Teresa and see what she says.
Okay, thank you.
Is it
Somebody
possible
gotta go to the
then
house.
a courtesy checkup on her? I know my sons did that to me one time when they couldn't reach
Mhm.
me, and the the policias will come by and check on
Yeah.
you if nobody else can reach the person.
Mm-hmm.
I pray that she's okay.
Yeah, just keep her in
Okay.
Does anybody have her contact information?
I do.
Yeah,
I
we
have
have
it.
it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I had it, but
But
it's not answering the phone.
Yeah, but that way you can call the police and they'll do a wellness check.
Somebody has got this
Yes.
television talking over top of us.
with us is expired.
Please
As
cut
per the
your
legal
television
contract you
down,
have signed with us,
please.
the amount of
Please mute yourself.
$6,800 will be automatically deducted.
Miss Caroline, maybe you have to do what you did a minute ago.
I
So
did.
she's already muted herself.
Okay, thank you.
So how you doing today, Miss Lazenby?
I am okay. It's very challenging this morning. I've been up, I get up very early, around 3-ish, around 4-ish, and can't seem to get back to sleep. So I just start doing whatever I can do, move about. I have my alarm thing that ring to make me, to remind me to just get up and just move if I don't do anything, but just walk a little bit.
I'm up, Jackie. If you ever need to call somebody and talk, I'm always up.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Jonelle.
Yes, thank you.
Bridget. That's
Appreciate
Bridget.
that, Bridget. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm always up.
Yeah,
I'm
we
up
are.
24/7.
And I told you, you can
I call
always
people.
call me too, Jackie.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank
I
you,
call
guys.
people late in the
Appreciate
middle of the night sometimes. They be like, what the crap?
it. Yeah.
Don't bother me because I'm always up.
I don't
Bridget,
sleep either. Does
I
anybody
can always go back to sleep. So
live in Ward 5 area where the water is all messed up?
What's
You
that?
mean
No, but I
Five?
heard about it.
yeah, I
That's
heard
Ward
about it.
We gotta
five. The
boil,
whole
we gotta
Ward five.
boil water. And
Right.
it's supposed to be taken care of today, but now they're talking about tomorrow.
Yeah,
my
but something
goodness.
happened up
And
there.
tomorrow
With,
they'll be talking about next week.
something happened up
Yeah.
past Fort Lincoln.
Is
Up there,
that
Fort-
in the Ward 6?
No, it's
No, Ward 5,
over
Ward 5.
Brentwood and
Yeah,
Woodbridge and
Okay.
and Fort Tartan and all over
yeah,
there.
Fort
Okay.
Lincoln.
Ward, that's all Ward 5,
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
burst up there, something
So
burst.
what happened? They had burst the
Yeah, it
pipes
sure
or something?
did.
Yeah,
They
they
did
had
Somebody
say.
ended up with a
main pipes to
valve.
burst, and they said that they were
I know it's
concerned
30th
about
Street.
whether the water was contaminated or not.
Yeah, because something got in
They
it. But
don't know.
it's
They
30th
don't
Street
know.
Northeast going all the way up.
I
Yes.
wouldn't trust
Starts
it.
at 30th Street. Over there by Fort Lincoln. Over there by Fort Lincoln, going all the way up to the Fort
Yeah.
Tartan. Oh, coming
I'm
around.
gonna call the mayor's office to see if if it's even safe to bathe in. You know, I don't
Yeah,
even
huh?
know.
That's what I have to know.
Said no, but I don't know. They said not to.
They
Not
said
the
no.
whole DC.
Yeah,
no,
that's
not
what they
Ward
said.
6, 7, or 8. That's
That
only
was,
Ward
of course,
5.
that was Sunday, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
They still
Yeah,
ain't
What you
finished
supposed to
fixing
do
it
to
all.
bathe?
Oh man.
What you
I
supposed
guess
to
you
do
got
to
to boil
bathe it?
it, pour it in a tub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my bottle of water sitting right here looking at me.
Look like it's like you do it in the old days.
In the old days.
Yeah, when they used to bathe in a big tub,
Yeah.
boil it, and carry it, and boil it over the fire.
I ain't putting no boiled water on my body.
You put it in the
Just
tub
scald
and let it
yourself.
cool down. Don't be crazy now.
Boil the water, put in the tub, jump in it.
Yeah, you let it cool down. Shoot,
Tell me you a
I
mess.
hope you do know I have enough sense to do that. Well,
Tell me you a mess.
yeah,
The
Mom,
baby
let's
doing,
not
I'ma play with you.
please don't make
Explain to me.
please don't make me think that you think I'm that stupid.
No. I think it's
No.
time to bathe in the kitchen
That's why
sink.
I don't say nothing because people jump off all kinds of things. Oh, can I make an announcement with Miss Caroline?
Hey y'all,
Please
can
do.
y'all
Go
listen to this a
Thelma.
minute? Listen
Okay,
to this a
week,
minute,
Thelma
please.
Jared. I just lost another baby brother. I didn't lose him crashed into the
Oh.
street or whatever. He was 67 years old. So far, he died of a heart attack.
Oh my.
I won't be
Oh, my
coming way
condolences.
too much, but just keep his children and his grandchildren in prayer.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to
But
hear
I
that.
was looking for
this is
that.
to you and his
You
family.
got it.
Sympathy.
Hey y'all,
Yeah.
would y'all listen to this a minute? This is a scam call. Yeah, hi. I'm leaving this message for my name is Robert and I'm calling you from Cyber Security Department. Your security subscription plan is expired. As of the legal contract you have signed with us, the amount is $6,800. Will be automatically deducted from your checking account.
Good luck with
Your
that,
service
huh?
will be auto renewed
Turn your
for a
TV down,
lifetime.
Carolyn.
Are y'all listening to this? This is
Carolyn
the
Marty,
scammer
your
just
TV
called me.
down.
I didn't ask it. And I'm
Who
deleting
has
everything
a
he put on
TV?
my phone.
Lord have mercy. Well,
Did
well,
you see where the scammer took all that lady's money yesterday on the
yes,
news?
That's
yeah,
sad.
it's sad. It really is.
What happened? I didn't hear that.
Somebody just tried to scam me that I never.
No, I don't mean you, but you said yesterday they took some money. What happened
From
yesterday?
a lady.
She called them back. She called the person back, and they got whatever information off of her phone.
Like, well, just by calling them back?
Yes.
She probably put her information on there and they scammed her phone.
They get no, they get your phone, they get your name from your phone, and then they do a thing of check goes back, and then they find out all your information.
Wow.
Everything is on computer disk now, so they probably know what kind of toilet paper you buy.
Well, the joke will be on them if they try that on me.
Hey,
tell me what you're gonna do, Sandra, so I can do it too.
Sandra, please don't say it out loud.
Don't say it, Sandra. I gotta
You
hear
got
it.
a puppy.
No, Sandra, don't say it out loud.
Wait, Ann, I gotta hear it because I want to know too.
I like puppies. You have a puppy I can eat?
And the phone
Did you get that?
They'll hang up every
and
time.
the phone goes click.
She may have picked that
What
magic
happened to
word.
me
I
last
would
week?
tell you the one that my daughter told me to say, but it's not very nice.
Well, let me tell you what happened to me last week. This guy called me and said, "Hi, Lynette. I'm just calling back on you to see if you're ready to sell your house." I said, "Well, who are you?" He said, "Well, I'm with so and so, and my teamwork didn't tell me what you wanted. So can you tell me what you want to do?" I said, "Well, he said, unfortunately, my team didn't tell me exactly what you wanted when they called you before." I said, "Well, unfortunately, I don't know how you got my telephone number because I didn't give it to you." Click.
That's right. That's how you do that.
Yeah, don't engage
Bridget,
in conversations with them. They're so smart.
No.
They'll get information out of you, and you don't know you're giving it to them.
And don't give
Bridget.
your cell phone number. You didn't even give them your cell phone number.
All I
Right.
do is hang up on
Bridget,
it.
did you get
If I
that?
don't recognize the phone
Did
number,
you
'cause
get
can
that,
look at it,
Bridget?
gonna say a state where they
Did you
called
get
it
that?
from.
Get
This
what?
is
Let me look.
Jackie.
Then
Hi,
I do a
Jackie.
delete.
Did you get that?
Let me look and see.
Okay.
Scams and fraud. I'm sick of it. Sick of it.
I am.
I'm
Everybody.
sick of it.
Well,
They don't
they
call
wanted
me.
to give me $6.5 billion. I told him, I said, well, you must think
No,
I'm
Jackie.
Elizabeth.
I put it
It's
in
no
the
free
chat.
money, so I wouldn't even listen to that.
Okay,
Ain't
let
no
me look
free-
at
ain't no
Jackie.
free money.
I hung the phone up. I
Ain't no
said,
free
who in the
nothing.
world is this? But you know what? Somebody has gotten into my either my telephone or into my
No.
Facebook page.
Okay, I gotta reword
They've
it.
been
then.
sending some kind of weird message to people.
I'll
So
send you my
anybody
email.
that's on
I'll send you
my
my
phone
chat.
records, if you get a phone call from me that sounds off the wall, please know that it is not me sending you a dumbass message.
That's interesting you should
No,
say
they're
that because I
not
just
sending
read
nothing.
that a lot of people on Facebook, particularly seniors, people are hacking into their account on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about that cyber stuff.
So
Well, they
yours
can
is
get your
probably
name
getting hacked.
and they know what city you live in. They can
No.
trace you down very easily.
No,
You
what
got
they
all that
doing,
information on
they're taking
Facebook and all that
Facebook
stuff.
page,
Well,
and
I
they're
don't have any
cloning your.
information on mine.
I've never gone on Facebook, so I don't know nothing about it.
Okay,
They're
so
taking your
today at
I've never been on it.
1:30, today at
treating her as her
1:30,
money.
the Attorney General
Why
office
is
is going to
he
talk
talking
about
about each
scams
other?
and fraud. So log in at 1:30 to hear about the scams and fraud from the Attorney General's office.
Yeah.
Because there's a new one out there every day. It's a new one every day.
Oh, honey.
Every time
They ain't
I
got
get a
my phone
I
number.
think I might know more
They
than
don't
you
have
do.
my phone number or my address. Thank you.
Well, honey, you're a registered person that registered to vote, aren't you?
And that's it too.
Guess what? They got your address.
Got
and
it, Jackie.
No,
Thank you.
no.
You got it that time?
You keep thinking that.
I got it.
No, they
Okay.
don't.
Keep thinking that, sweetheart.
Shoot.
Keep thinking
I
that.
don't
on
get calls like
Facebook,
that. I know what to do.
You be thinking, I bet you they know more
Give me
about you
a-
than you know yourself.
hello,
Well,
Why everybody talking at the same time?
hello.
Everybody got different conversations.
Oh my
that's right.
God.
That's right.
Everybody talking to their
Hey.
imaginary friend.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
I
it
got
is.
a real friend. I had no
Okay, friends.
It's what you call a party line.
Yeah, right.
Look, hey,
Hey,
you
Thelma,
say
is that
famous
you
people
behind you? That picture behind you, is that you, Thelma?
Yeah, that's me doing my fat days.
That's cute. Oh, that's beautiful.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
it is. Look at those cheekbones. That
my
is so,
grandson put that joke up there.
that is beautiful picture of
I'm
you.
trying to get away from it and see it. Now, what was I hitting? The 14?
Also known as
Same height.
You look good there, and those cheeks.
Thelma, you
That's
are not fat.
You
You,
No,
you
not
are.
me. But
you
I
were
mean
real
that
young. How young were
No,
you?
you weren't.
How young? How many?
50, about 50, 55, some of that.
Oh, girl, you look good
Oh,
on that.
you look younger than 50. I thought you were in your 30s.
She
And
looked like that movie star, that girl that
No.
that always playing
I
the
look
black
like
movies.
Esther Road, JJ's the mother.
No,
No,
you don't.
No, you
better
don't.
You
look
look
than
like
what she is.
Well, okay,
her
I
name
look
is
like
Regina
Louise.
something.
They say I
No,
look like Louise. George
No, you
Jefferson
don't.
wife.
You might look like Louise now, but you didn't look like the Louise back then.
She look like
That's a
Selma
beautiful
to me.
picture
That
of
other
you.
actress, what's her name?
She look like Selma to me.
Huh? Go ahead,
She look,
Diane. Don't stop me there. I
that
she look
need
that
a
like
laugh.
Selma
Give
to
me
me.
one. Huh?
Diane, go ahead.
Me too, Diane.
Which Thelma? Thelma from Good Times.
No,
No,
Yeah.
you.
she
Or
look like
Thelma
Selma
from Louise.
Jared.
Or
She look
Thelma
like
from
Selma
Louise.
Jared to me.
You
The,
know what?
the
Hey,
Thelma
Diane,
on the
you know what?
iPad.
Diane.
Oh,
My whole name is Thelma Louise Brown.
Oh.
They
but
bust me up bad.
but that's who you look like. You look like a very beautiful woman. Then don't get all bent out of shape. You're beautiful. God
That's
made a
right.
beautiful
I got
woman
two
there.
faces now.
She told me they done messed her up bad. That's beautiful. Girl, that's
God made you messing with God's promise now.
and he don't
messing
make
with
no
God.
junk, do
Stop
it.
messing with
That's
God,
why I had to
girl.
get rid of all that. That's why I had to get rid of it. Because I messed it on up.
You look like Nia Long.
Please
remain on the
You look like Nia Long, Thelma.
Somebody is making a
No,
phone call,
Nia
and we just
Nia
have to
Long
know
look
your
like you.
information.
What's your
Yeah,
movie star or singer?
she's a movie star. Nia Long looks like you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I
No,
don't know who that is, though.
no.
Yeah,
Not
she
at all.
does.
You're right, Bridget. Now that you mentioned, I was trying
Yeah,
to figure
that's
out what
exactly
you were
who.
talking about.
She play on?
She look like Nia Long. Nia
Yeah,
Long
you're
look
right.
that picture. That
I'm
look
gonna have
like
to look that up. Who is
yeah,
Nia
Nia
Long?
Long. That's your face, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. Y'all
Face
need to
structure.
put your glasses on.
I got mine going and still don't see it because I don't know who you're talking about.
I got mine on too, and I don't
Go
see it.
Google it, Thelma. Google Nia
Google
Long.
am.
Nia Long.
Brenda said, y'all need to
Long.
put your glasses on.
Yeah, they do.
Come on, Google.
Y'all
Clean
need to
them.
put y'all glasses on.
Clean
I
them
know what
and
I'm talking
clean
about.
them.
Might
And
need
put them
more.
on.
I gotta go to tell you.
N-I-A Bridget.
I'll see you all later
NIALONG.
today, okay?
Nia Long.
All right, Lynette. Where are
Bye.
you,
Hey,
Caroline?
Lynette, did
Coming
you win
back with that.
anything?
Huh?
I'm right
You
here.
win
Coming
anything,
back.
Lynette?
Caroline. I'm
I
right
can't
here.
hear you.
Come on out.
I
Let me
said,
see
are
you.
you coming back?
Yeah,
We
at
lost
1:30
you.
to hear the
Okay.
scams and the fraud.
Did you win anything for me, Lynette?
What do you mean?
What's up? Wait a minute, hold on.
Lynette,
What you mean?
at the casino.
Well, I won some first day and they took it back the second day.
Oh Lord. That's when you gave it back.
All right, I'll see
They
you later.
took it
Bye.
back.
All right, Lynette, later.
They took it from you. You ain't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
So what y'all do
hey,
for Memorial Day?
I
nothing.
chilled. It was rain. I chilled. I ain't filled up nothing.
Well, what y'all do that Saturday?
Nothing.
What was I doing? Where was I at? Oh, I
Sandra,
was
you
going
was
ride
on the
with
phone with
somebody.
me.
I know.
Mhm.
I went and visited my relatives in the cemetery and the budget chase. Almost
Oh
tried to
no,
get.
no, no.
Buzzer tried to yank you
Lord.
off the ground.
Were you
I've
running?
been stopped that. I
No,
can't do that no
I
more.
was sitting down in the grass and me and Sandra were talking while I was waiting for my daughter to get there. And a budget swoop. I was like, oh my
It was a
God.
big one. It was a big one.
He
That's
may have
good.
had some eggs in that area.
I don't know, but what was going on, it was so nice out. I was trying to tan my leg. He probably thought it was a big piece of raw chicken.
That's right. What that chicken drumstick? He put that drumstick leg there. Already seasoned too. He was ready.
Yeah.
It was very scary.
Yeah,
I'm
those
sure
birds come
that, that must have been scary, honey.
Yeah, but it was
That
okay. I
thing was
stayed out there.
big.
He was
I've been
big.
chased by a couple of big birds. That's because I think I was close to their nest, and
You're from
they'll get you.
Jamaica.
They'll come after you.
Yeah, boy. I was
yeah.
like, good grief. I saw him coming. First I said, oh, look, there's a pigeon. Then I said, oh no, that must be a hawk. Then it came closer and closer. I was like, that's a buzzard, Sandra.
Miss Caroline, excuse me, you all just want to ask her something.
Yes, I'm here. How you doing, Miss?
When are you going to be near me again at the library so I can get my sauce from you?
Let's see. I'm gonna be at Anacostia tomorrow, and I'm gonna be at let me see. You know what? I'll call you and we'll work something out.
Okay.
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 She's plenty upset. That wind scared her real bad last night.
Hey, you said
Uh-huh.
they scamming people on Facebook?
Oh, they scamming people everywhere, child. Yeah.
No, but they're not scamming Facebook no more. What they're doing, they're stealing your page, taking your picture and stuff and your name. And then they take your page and put vulgar stuff up there.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And then what they're
'cause
doing, they're
Facebook-
sticking your head on it.
Facebook has contacted me and they've told me about several people. But I was just talking to Ronnie, my friend. He's a lawyer. And he said, I knew that wasn't from you. He said, because if you had wanted to do that, you'd have done that 30, 40, 50 years ago. I said, yeah. I said, I'm glad you knew who it was. He said, well, I didn't know who it was, but I knew it wasn't you.
No, when I say they hacking people's pages and using their head and stuff,
Yeah.
I'm serious about that.
Oh
They
man.
even hacking dead
I'm
people.
the, I'm the number one prostitute in Texas.
Oh my
Lord.
goodness.
Look,
But at least they put me on a cute body. I mean, it was fine, but like
Wow.
I told the guy, I said, I'm sorry, but right now we're not doing business.
You should have told that nutcase to get off your phone. Don't entertain them.
I told one guy, I said, I answered the phone. I said, AIDS clinic for the VA hospital. They hung the phone up.
I read this thing. Where?
No, but they even sent me a friend request from my dead husband.
Yeah, I saw that. I meant to ask you about that. I deleted it off my phone.
AARP has that in their scam stuff. If you go on online, they got several scams with Facebook, Know Me, or something like that. All
Instagram,
those things.
Facebook.
Yeah,
Officer agent too.
Uh-huh.
I was on the phone with them on Friday. They got a list so long. I got a yellow tablet full of stuff.
Yeah, they said they're hacking into those things real bad now.
Yeah, they scammed my a friend of mine had her up there in the news and supposed to be pregnant, and she can't even have no kids.
I've never been on it for
with the
any
name.
reason. I never even,
They
went
stuck
in
her
to check
head on
anything.
top of the
So
body.
I definitely won't be going on it now.
There's somebody on here with the name iPad. Can you name yourself? If you need instructions, I can walk you through it.
I tried to come on with iPad one time. Y'all pulled me in the break room.
They sure will get you.
Alex pulled me in the break room and showed me how to do it.
Uh-oh.
That was way back in the day.
Look, the iPad users right next to Rama and over you, Bridget. Their ceiling is showing.
Who is
Hello, everybody.
I
How
don't know
everybody
what it
doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Kim, is that you?
Yes.
Kim.
Yes.
Kim, how
I miss
Kim.
y'all. I miss y'all.
How you feeling?
I really
Me
did.
too.
I miss all of y'all. I miss all of y'all.
Are
Miss
you
you
feeling?
How you
too.
doing, baby?
Yeah, well, I'm still in a lot of pain. I've been in the hospital for a week.
I know you were. I'm
Oh.
worried about you.
You
Yeah,
home?
I don't know what is going on. They said it's a bulging on my spine, like a bulge.
Oh my
I
goodness.
had two back surgeries. So I just woke up one morning and both of my legs were just hurting so bad, and it felt like a whole lot of electric shocks was going through my body, through my whole
You feel
entire
like
body.
it all the time.
Yeah. One time it like kind of struck me through my eye. Sometimes you get it like it went through my eye one time. But
Oh
it
my
went
God.
through both of my legs and went on down to my feet. And
I
now
can
my whole
relate to
side of my
that.
left side is numb. So I'm waiting on the therapist to come in so I can have therapy. And it's just excruciating pain. I'm telling you, it ain't no joke.
Yes,
No,
it is.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Um,
God
hey,
bless you, honey.
Sorry to hear
I'll
that.
keep you in my
Glad you,
prayers.
Yes,
glad
thank
your
you.
you back
doctor,
with us.
I thought
Miss
about
Kim,
y'all the whole time. I just miss y'all so much, I tell you.
Glad
Miss
Just
you
We
back
glad to
with
miss
see
us,
you
that
though.
too.
smile.
Miss
That lets
Kim,
you know people don't know what
Glad
you're
you
going
back.
through when you keep on smiling, honey.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
That's
right.
Miss
right. You
Kim,
keep on smiling because God got your back.
Yes, he
Yeah,
do.
I know he do.
Miss
Yeah,
Kim,
Kim, have you?
Kim,
Hey,
yes.
Kim.
you feeling the same thing I feel every day.
Oh wow.
I
Sandra,
heard
I'm
like,
sorry that you got to go through that because this pain
oh, well,
right here
ain't
is
worried about it.
unbearable.
Look, I know how it is. I be ready to pull my hair out.
Yeah, it's unbearable. This. I ain't never had this happen to me before. I thought it was my lupus. It's the lupus and the rheumatoid arthritis mixed together.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's more arthritis than it is than lupus. Because when I took the MRI, I had to go in the MRI 3 times.
No,
Oh,
no.
Yeah, I told them y'all better put me to sleep because I'm not going in there no more. They put me to sleep. I
I
tell you.
can't do that closed in MRI.
Yeah, that they need to find something better than that.
I freak out every time they go to
Yeah,
put
me
me.
too.
Well, I don't like closed spaces, so I don't like it either.
But you know what?
Look,
If they put the air on, if you feel the air, because they put the air on and I felt that, and that kind of like helped me, the air.
didn't help me.
Yeah,
That's like being in a coffin.
it is. It really is. I'm serious. That ain't no joke.
Remind me of that movie called
Did they
Buried
put the
Alive.
music on for you, Kim?
Yeah, they did. They did. But I
That
just kept
don't
telling
help.
myself, I need to find out what's going on with my legs. So if I didn't take it, then I wouldn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But that's why it's so good, y'all, to try. Please try not to fall. Please try not to fall. Because once you fall, that pain, it come back. It'll always be in your body. It'll turn
I
into
don't know that.
arthritis.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, once you fall, that's it. It's done. It's a done deal.
Yep. I got
This right here, I fell
arthritis.
about a year
I
ago,
got
and all of
sciatic.
that's flaring back up, and I think that's why it triggered my back off.
Oh.
Mhm.
I got arthritis in my leg and stuff on my left side so bad, and then I had that sciatic nerve pain.
Yeah, I
And
had
that
that
pain,
the sciatic nerve. Oh my God, I didn't even know where it came from. I was sitting
honey,
there, and then all of a sudden, I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, I couldn't walk. All I can do was say, oh, 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 and that's all I can do.
exactly. That's right. That's right.
That's all I can do.
That's
But
right.
it's
That's all
gone.
it's gonna let you do.
Look, I
My
was in here one
a
day.
girlfriend of mine, she from down south. She told me I was iron deficient. So
Yeah.
I went and
Ask
I
Castle to
got
do
some
that.
iron and bought some collard greens and some beets and all that stuff. And I took that stuff. Then it went away like it never even existed. It was with me.
But you know,
It was with me for a month.
wow. But you know what, y'all? I'm gonna tell you something. If you have any bad cramps in your legs and stuff, just take a spoon of mustard.
Yeah.
Girl, I
Take
eat
a
mustard
spoon
every
of
day.
mustard, and I'm telling
Yep.
you, it will
It
go away.
It
Ain't
That's
doing
why I
me
keep
no
dry
good. I
mustard
eat mustard
powder.
every day.
I keep a thing of mustard on the side of my bed. Just take a spoon of mustard.
I'm gonna call you
That's
Dr.
super safe.
Kim.
Look, I
Hey,
got
hey,
that.
Kim,
I eat
Kim,
mustard
but you
every
know what
day.
I
It
do?
don't
I
help.
bought some dry mustard. I do the dry mustard and a pinch of dry maca. You can get the turmeric pills, tablets,
Yes.
but that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yes.
You put that turmeric in the bone. But see, I've been was doing calcium all the time ever since I hit 50 during my menopause. So that's why when I fell and cracked my spine in 2017, I only cracked it. That's why I didn't break it, because my bones were so strong. They still strong. So I gotta keep it strong. I'm gonna have a back of my spine pain from my neck down to my butt. At one time, a sharp pain, and then I got a sharp pain on the right. So my left leg is still like it's dead. You can cut it. I know it's cut when I see the blood.
Yeah.
But I can't complain because I wasn't supposed to walk. I wasn't supposed to sit up with that bad spine at 70 years old. Hey, that's why I do my herbs. That's why I do my herbs. And turmeric is one of my number one herbs I do.
Yeah,
it is.
Mustard, dry mustard, and what else?
But dry mustard will mess with your blood too, so it's best to get the dry mustard, not the mustard in the jar. The dry mustard is more pure because you can take the dry mustard and make jar mustard with it. So, but the dry it don't cost that much, especially if you get it which call even have it. Aldi even have it. That's why I bought my last. I bought 8 ounce one, about the size of it was long and wide, like a cupful, and I only take a little a dab, a dab of it. That's all I need. And
you say you put something else with it?
Cinnamon, huh?
You say you put something else with it?
No, I put nothing with it. I just take it like I take a little dab like it's a peel. I eat a little bit of the powder.
You know what? It's best to do the old-fashioned herbs and stuff because these pills that they're giving you now, they don't work.
They doing
them pills.
Well, you know,
all they do is make you constipation. They make you constipated. You can't use the bathroom, and you be all stopped up and everything.
Yes, you
it's
can.
Best to
I
use
pump my apples in me. Pump my
and
apples
give you
in my
more
pears.
Whatever the pill is trying to fix, it gives you a side effect of something.
Yes, it does.
Something else.
Because
you gotta take more pills.
That's right.
An Advil would make you constipated too.
Wow.
Well, I have everyone because I can't take anything.
Excuse me. Well, I have everyone on here today. I just want to ask again, is there anyone that wants to participate in the Juneteenth event that we're having on June 16th?
What is it?
Friday, June 16th. If you do, you can send me an email and I can work you into the schedule. I will put my email address in the chat. If anyone wants to participate, you can send me an email. And
even though Miss Teresa already have our names.
Okay, but I'm asking for anyone that has not signed up that wants to. Send me an email. If you've already sent your information to Teresa, then we'll work that into the schedule. That's fine.
Caroline.
Woo, yes.
This is Ann. Call me.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Kim.
Kim.
Yes.
I like your background.
Thank you, Carol.
Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good.
I'm glad you're doing okay.
Yeah, I missed y'all. I really do, boy. I'm so glad to be back on here. I'm glad that God allowed me the opportunity to come back on this iPad.
Amen. That's right.
We're happy to have
I'm
you
serious.
back.
It ain't
What
nothing but
hospital
God.
were you in? What
Washington
hospital?
Hospital, and don't ever go there.
I know they have gone downhill. They
And that's
have
who
really
saved
gone
me.
downhill.
Which hospital is it?
I can
Washington
tell y'all
Hospital
some stuff y'all would not believe it. I'm telling
Oh,
you, that hospital is
no.
gone downhill.
I
what's
would
the
believe
name of it?
anything you told me,
Washington
honey.
Hospital Center.
Okay,
Kim.
thank you.
Yes.
Kim, I have horror stories from Washington Hospital Center and United Medical.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't send
I
my
wouldn't
dead
go over
cat
there,
to my
dog.
United Medical.
I wouldn't go over there if you paid me $1 million a second.
Yeah, it has changed a lot. It's changed a lot.
Well, Washington
No, it
Hospital
ain't
saved
changed.
my life in 2017.
It need to be
I came out
better,
that junk
never
on
built.
walking. They did my surgery in Washington Hospital Center. Then
Yeah, but that was
They
back
helped
then.
me
But
too.
now they have
That
changed.
was
took
in
my aneurysm.
2023 has changed a whole lot.
You know what,
They
Thelma?
have
You was
changed.
one of the blessed ones, because I had
That's
two
right.
surgeries. The first surgery, they messed me up. I had to go back in again for a second surgery. A doctor at Washington Hospital Center.
They trifling.
Yeah,
I
they
still
are.
I have one that's in Virginia, one DC. I still talk to the doctors.
I had to have Uber deliver me food every day.
I wouldn't eat that garbage if you
That
paid me.
food is terrible.
Terrible?
I mean, terrible.
My family fed me.
Look,
Yeah, you
Family
better
fed
have,
me.
because I'm
eat
I
telling you.
made so many friends up there. Because I used to have church service in my room. My church would come
Yeah,
up
me
there.
too. That's what I was doing.
And
That
I
was
had
what I was
church
doing. When
service
I
in my
left,
room.
my nurse was like, "I'm sorry to see you leave." She said, "You was my best patient."
The head nurse allowed the
what floor were you
barber
on?
to come there and cut my hair. And
Y'all, you know what? I did not know that the NRH, where they do the therapy, I was at NRH. They got patients in that building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
you
My
know
daughter
that.
worked there. My baby girl worked there. She's been there.
They have a psychiatric ward in there on the 3, 4, 5, and 6th floor. Yeah, that's the mental health floor.
Right. And they keep them doors locked.
I did not know that they had patients in that building.
But national, not rehab. No. No.
Yeah, but they I mean, they took the door off the bathroom. Ain't no door on the bathroom. You know
what?
And people are coming in your room. The doctors are coming in
no.
there. Men are coming in there doing the floor at 8 o'clock in the morning. Why are you coming in there sweeping and mopping the floor at 8 o'clock in the morning, dumping trash, and all the trash is still going in there right after he leave out? You in the bathroom taking baths and washing up, and you got people walking in there and they got ain't no door on the bathroom. That's crazy.
Girl, please.
No,
Oh my God.
They gave me a room with a door.
Well, I was
It don't make no sense.
The second floor, 223. That's my room. Second floor, 223, Washington Hospital Center.
They done changed
Yeah,
so much,
right
it ain't funny.
Yeah, they have. They really have.
They don't have
paralyzed for a
regular
whole month,
nurses
but they
anymore. They have
lift me up.
floating nurses.
Oh my God, they got a nurse and then you got a tech. The tech come by there and the one that do your water, do your bed, and they took all that from the nurse because the nurses, you get two nurses, you get one nurse and one tech, and they all work 12-hour shifts.
And they work for
I don't know
everybody.
what they're doing because they only have 2 patients apiece.
No, they don't. Nope.
They have more than 2. They got more than 2.
Floor.
Oh, so they really have changed. Changed a lot.
And you don't have any regular nurses. You have those rotating nurses from different hospitals.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing their internship.
No.
No?
No.
No.
What they
when the pandemic hit, a lot of nurses worked through the first part of the pandemic. And then a lot of them got sick and a lot of them have kids and stuff and they quit.
They sure did.
And so they got floating nurses coming in here. There's a nurse that's floating over at Washington Hospital Center now that's from Louisiana. And there's one from California.
Everywhere.
And the reason why I know that was because she was in the emergency room one night when I went over there with the asthma. about a
Oh,
couple of about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
But they coming from
it's been
everywhere.
yeah, it's
They
been
coming
years
from
since
as
I've been
far
there,
as
so it's
Washington
changed a
State.
lot.
Yeah,
They coming from
California,
as far as
Oregon. They have one. They have one of them at Howard that's from the Virgin Islands, and another one that's from Hawaii.
Oh wow.
It's rough. You can't. They've changed all the nurses in the doctor's office. Half the people that when I went back, because I was doing phone visits, unless I absolutely had to put my foot in there.
And did y'all know you only allowed to stay in the hospital only 2 days after you admitted and you get your room? After that second day, there's a case manager come by your room and she asks you all these questions. She evaluates you. She take it back to the doctor, and the doctor determines whether you stay there or not.
Wow,
That's crazy.
Because last
That's
time I was
crazy.
there, I was in there for 3 months.
Wow.
But it depends on the condition, of course.
Yeah, it depends on your
Yeah.
it
And they
depends on
can't
your
send you
condition.
home for certain conditions.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
oh.
They
Yeah, I
do
had to
evaluate
do
you.
an operation in there in May, and I got out the next day because I was scared in there. They were trying to do stuff, you know, and I had this little creepy tech that would come by and
You
smile
said
and wave.
creepy.
I was like, I'm out of here. They was
But you
making
know
Well,
what,
me
Bridget?
stay.
You
got
ain't got
some
nobody
freaky.
checking on you up there. You in trouble. I'm telling you.
You
You ain't got a
Yeah,
family
you
member.
gotta
You
have
don't have
a
a family
friend or
member or somebody
family or
checking on
member or
you.
somebody checking on you.
Yeah,
That's
you in
right.
trouble.
Yeah.
No,
right.
but you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all, the worst hospital ever is United Medical. I got mugged over there by a male tech and
Oh
a
wow.
nurse because I said I wanted the doctor come in there telling me, "Oh, we're gonna take you to surgery." Take me to surgery for what? You ain't did no work. What you gonna take me to surgery for? Oh,
Yeah,
let
they
me be
tried
the
to do
doctor
that
and
to
you
me
be the
too.
patient.
Yeah,
No,
I was on the phone with Sandra when somebody came in there and assaulted her when I was on the phone with her.
Wow.
That
Call
was just
me
recently. That was recently.
because
It
I
was.
said, doctor didn't tell me I was saying. He turned to the nurse and talking about, you take care of that bee.
Yep.
Oh
And
wow.
he ain't used no
He
initials.
sure did. He sure did.
And all I could tell him, come over here a little closer and say it to my face. Younger than my kids. My baby is 43. He was much younger than her.
Wow.
He sure did. He
I wouldn't go
sure
over
did.
there.
It was
Did
on
you
the
make a
phone.
My
complaint?
granddaughter's dog go over there.
Did you make a complaint, Sandra,
Oh, he's no longer working there.
to the one over hospitals and the employees and the actions and stuff they give you? Did you make a complaint
To the
to
patient.
them?
Oh,
He's no longer working there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, report
That's
them. I don't care
good.
how small it is. If it's
I
an
went to the
infraction
extent
against
to
you,
get,
report it.
I called the
right.
head of the hospital.
Administration.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That too.
that's right. That's crazy.
I was shocked when I heard that. I was shocked. I said,
And
what
see, I
did
had witnesses.
Yeah,
Right.
she did. I said, what did he say, Sandra?
Wow.
And he
And what
ain't
did he
used
say
no
to her
initials.
again? What did he say again?
He didn't use no initials, but he told the nurse, you take care of that bee. And he didn't use no initial B. He came out with the whole thing.
The whole
with the whole word. Oh man.
And I asked him point blank, do you talk to your mother like that?
Well, I'd have rearranged his teeth. He wouldn't have had none.
No, I wasn't going to hit him in the face. Well, it was his face, but it wasn't the face on top of his head.
Oh, Sandra. Sandra.
Was being nice. I was going to hit him where it hurt the most.
Then he have you up for assault and battery. You don't want that either.
He assaulted me.
I know, but that's what you should have maybe gotten somebody to get in for assault. Whatever insult or whatever you wanted to say about it. Because they need to be turned in when they have bad bedside manners. They should be reported.
But the nurse went over there and got the head ER person. And they act like they didn't want to do nothing. She got the number to the
I can
the
believe that
hospital.
too. I can believe it. Yeah.
Because they friends. That's why.
They could be
Or
friends all day.
scared.
They can
You
both
said
probably
if
have
you in
on
there,
the
they
phone
Probably
at the
liked
time.
him.
might could drag you back up in one of them rooms or something. You don't know what they're crazy. I tell you, that hospital over there has hired all the crazy people that can't get a job work at the United Health Center.
I asked one
Do
3W.
y'all know? Do y'all really know how crazy y'all sound?
Well,
Y'all
I'm
can't do
telling you
nothing.
that I
What's
wouldn't let them
crazy
take my
about it?
mother
Old,
was
crippled, and
dying, and I
crazy,
wouldn't
and
let them
y'all
take her
talking
there.
about beating somebody. Do y'all know how
No,
y'all sound?
no, no.
Somebody that's gonna
Come
assault
on,
you up
you
in a
can't.
You
room.
go through that,
You
Diane,
can't
and
be
see
the
how you
flea.
feel.
Just like I can't get this rat over here. You can't be the flea. Come on now.
Who can't be the flea?
You
You
Believe
don't
me,
know
she
me
can.
like that. You don't know me like that. For real, for real. No.
no,
Mm-mm.
I mean you gonna come. You gonna
Somebody
beat
better come
somebody.
and ask a question.
Yeah, put some butter in it, please. Yeah, that all of it is going there. Come on, y'all. Y'all talking crazy. Talk about something else.
No, we
Let's talk
talking
about
about
May
this
Hey
right
size
here.
everyone,
more.
it's
Let's talk
about
about
my
May
time to
size
get
more.
on here, and it's my time is up. So you guys, please have a great day. Teresa's going to be on at 1:30 with the next training class. So until then, you guys have a great day and be
Okay,
safe.
Caroline.
All
You
right.
too
Bye,
now,
You
Caroline.
Caroline.
promised to be good,
See you tonight,
Caroline.
Caroline.
Miss Dennis, I'm going to give you a call. Miss Gracie, I'm going to give you a call.
Okay.
And
Are you
okay, we'll
going to
go
be
from
on the
there.
cookbook meeting tonight, Caroline?
That was
Well,
my
Like
next question.
always.
All
Okay.
right.
Huh? Thank you.
Okay.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Thank
All
you.
right.
You
Please,
too.
please do, Caroline. Thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Dennis.
Downtown Abbey is back on TV again. So y'all go to
When?
Big,
Prime.
but big.
When?
It's on Prime Video. And it's on to
Oh,
the. It is so good. I seen it again. Downtown Abbey. And,
Yeah,
and the
I like
new
those kind of
Bridgerton
foreign
is
movies.
out.
I like
I
the
like
foreign
that too.
series. You know, I really am into the Korean movies too.
Oh, did you see Wong? I'm pronouncing her name Wong. She's a lawyer. Have you seen that one?
Uh-huh.
She
When,
has she's what's this thing these kids have nowadays? Autism.
autism. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She's a lawyer. And she wins every case. She's on Prime Video also.
Okay. Nice.
Who's that?
Caroline, you got something on?
Somebody's got TV turned on.
That's not me. We're doing a
Caroline.
puzzle. We're doing a puzzle. That's not me.
No, it's Caroline. She turned her thing down. How you been, Antoinette?
I've been good.
Good, good.
What you doing? Working another puzzle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look like the children's farm in Oxon Hill.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Some puzzle work to keep me out of trouble.
It's a
And you know, got the
Well,
puzzle.
I've been doing that thing to keep me from being hysterical with all these crazy people. Because I got a net.
What crazy people? Does that mean you're not crazy?
No, I'm not crazy yet, but I can get crazy if you want me to.
Oh, because I always thought that those people who call other people crazy are crazy too.
Oh no, I know how to get crazy. I think I gave him a dose of that over the weekend. As I told him he gonna smoke the pot on the front porch. Please let me know. Give me a telephone call so I can move to the back of my house. If you're gonna be in the back, let me know so I can go to the front of my house. Because I told him he's killing me. And I told him if my x-ray come back that I got lung cancer or something on my lung, I'm going to sue his butt.
I can't stand the smell of that stuff they be smoking.
Well, he's smoking it, and it's not the regular marijuana. I can deal with that.
It's probably that stuff that got embalmed.
But he's smoking it with formaldehyde. That's what the police officer told me.
Woe is me. Woe is me.
They ain't gonna have to be embalmed.
Yeah, I wish he wouldn't get embalmed.
No, you never wish that on nobody now.
I am put the number in the chat.
Huh?
Put your number in the chat.
I did. Yes, I did, Gracie. Look.
I looked and I don't see it.
I put it under your name. Let me put it again. It must have disappeared.
I got 2 people in here, but I don't see yours.
But sometimes it takes a little while for it to come through because of this.
Okay.
Did you look under your name, Gracie?
Let me look under my name then.
It'll pop up.
It's gonna pop up under her name.
Yeah, it'll pop up.
You ain't gotta push your name. It's gonna pop up.
No, it's not under my name.
I put a direct message for Gracie Webb.
Yeah, I know all you got to do is touch each other.
I got it this time.
Okay.
I got it this time.
Yeah, it took a little while. If you put your screen on the multiple screen where everybody's tile is, if you just touch their picture, then it'll come up and it'll say chat or pin.
Mm-hmm.
If you touch on somebody's picture, you can send them a direct chat.
Okay. I'm gonna get ready for you all as soon as my son go get the stuff for me, okay?
Okay.
Gracie, do you make your pies, your shells from scratch, or do you buy them?
I can, but Marie Calendar makes such a beautiful, they're expensive, but they're so pretty. I just buy hers.
Oh, okay.
Where did you find the Marie Calendar? Because I've been looking for one for about 2 months.
At the Giant and sometimes the Safeway way up Georgia Avenue.
Oh, okay.
So Gracie, are they all vegetable or is it lard and shortening or what?
It's regular crust, but it doesn't seem to be as, some of them you buy, you can see the grease in them. Hers not like that.
No, but I mean, it's
more like when you make them yourself.
No, but I mean, as far as the ingredients, because I
didn't really read that. I just like the way they looked. And when I used them the first time, they came out perfect, kind of flaky, like when you're cutting them. And I just buy them. I really didn't look to see just what she makes them out of.
When I make mine, I look for the
but they cost more than any you can buy. So they got it. I figured she made a good crust for her to charge that much for them.
Yeah. But you know what I look for? I usually get the all vegetable shortening because, a lot of people don't eat pork and they use lard in those pie crusts.
I don't think hers had no lard in it though, because it's too dry. It's too dry to have that kind of fat in it. You know what I'm saying? It's too.
Yeah.
It's not like
I've seen some pie crusts that have lard in them.
Me too. I have bought them in it, and when you cook them, the grease is in the bottom of the pan. Just so much. That's why I don't buy them. If I see oil on the crust when I take that pie, cut a slice out of it, I don't buy them anymore. But Marie Calendars, they be nice and dry. I mean, I just like them. Ritz used to make a nice one, but they got to start putting lard, look like something in theirs too. Not sure.
Oh, okay.
Ritz.
What are you crying for?
Janelle, there's still the Parmesan sticks that I made yesterday still in there. Oh, okay. Y'all know I made some Parmesan cheese sticks the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yep, the first time it was terrible. The second time it was terrible.
Oh, the container.
Then I figured out that after you bread them, after you egg them and bread them, you're supposed to put them in the freezer.
You're gonna need it.
And then you cook them.
Oh,
It was
okay.
a hot mess. It was like a hot mess. I said Sandra had told me how to cook them, but I must have missed something. I blame Sandra for that. I was like, Sandra, you made me make.
Oh, that is so bad. That's so bad. Just throw me under the bus.
Sandra was telling me how to make them things. I was like, that didn't turn out right. Janelle said they're good, but they was chewy.
That's all right. Bring me to the string cheese.
I'm gonna bring you the raw ones so you can make your own.
Huh?
I'll bring you some raw ones so you can make your own.
Yup.
Anybody heard from Dolores?
Yeah, that's what I was
She's
just
still on
thinking about.
jury duty.
Yeah, because I rooted those flowers for her, and I'm finna pot them so she can come get them in about 3 weeks. I want to grow them about 3 weeks for her before she pick them up.
What
But
kind
I
of
got
flowers? What kind of flowers?
she wanted some of the ones you see in my background.
Oh.
What are they?
You need to cut me one on that toe.
I don't know the name of flowers. I just look at them.
Oh, that's inside.
I love them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the names.
Look, you need
I
to
thought
cut.
they were.
What is that
I got a
behind
lot.
you?
I
Is
got
that
about 7 or 8 sprigs. So I'm not gonna give her 7 or 8. So I just don't
I think
have
that
enough
green
pots
one
in
is
here to
the
pot them for her.
philodendron. You got philodendron. You got a money. No, you don't have no money plant. It looked like it's. I don't know. I can't see it.
I can't see what that is behind you, right here.
Gracie.
With the
you
one
know
that's
what you do?
hanging on the
What?
is that on a stick?
Know what you do? That's a stand. Know what you do? Take the cutting, wrap it in some paper towel, and moisten the paper towel. Keep it moist. It'll start growing its own vines.
Yeah, they already got roots. I'm ready to put them in.
Oh, okay.
I went and got some that Miracle Grow potting soil, but
Mhm.
I gotta have time to, because you don't have a place that with all that dirt. You gotta wait till you're in a good mood to be dealing with all that dirt, falling around.
You're
So
right.
I got the little pots that I had some flowers in before, and I want to grow them myself. Make sure that they growing in the soil for about 3 weeks before I give them to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put if I can find, I don't know how many pots I got in there, but I'll just root as many as I got in there. Sandra, I'll let you know if I got enough. You get somebody to pick them up.
Where you live at?
Are those flowers? Are those real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's just half of them.
She wouldn't be rooting a dead flower.
No, I'm talking about the orange flowers.
Oh no, they're fake blooms. I just put them in there for color. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was going to say I want some of those tiger lilies.
No, I'm not that good.
Yeah,
I mean, I could probably grow them, but I don't have the pot, the space to put. You need a big pot to have a plant that's going to have a big bloom like that. I don't have the space.
I can make you one.
You do? You can?
I make pots.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that.
And she makes some unusual ones too, and they are really fascinating.
I bet they are.
I got one that's a heart that I'm making now.
Okay.
It's a heart.
Well, I'm going to get these in the soil and grow them for about, like I said, 3 weeks to a month, and then you can pick them up. Because if they live and start, branching, then I know they've got good roots on them for you.
What part of town you live in?
Oh, you know what a United House of Prayer is?
Which one?
Off of New Jersey Avenue.
M Street. M Street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm right behind there.
Okay. Oh, you're right up there where my godmother lives.
Mm-hmm. I'm right behind there in the Cana Land Apartments. Yeah.
Okay. I know exactly where that's at.
You're not far, you're not far from my church either.
Do you know Lula Oliphant?
Yeah, I know the last name. I'm familiar with it, yes. But I haven't been here that long. I just moved up here. But the name is very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband, was he Johnny Oliphant?
That was my godfather.
Okay, I know he passed a while ago, and I remember the funeral.
Right.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Lord, small world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
She got
Yeah.
9 of her own, and she got raised about 5 more.
Wow. I know I know his wife when I see her. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
that's my godmother.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Small world, like you say, it's a small
I'm
world.
serious.
Yes, very small
When
world.
you said you live up that way, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
Because that's
Yeah.
where they used to go.
Okay.
She was going to the one over there off of Martin Luther King.
What?
I think it's right there at
They got one in
by the sub.
Anacostia,
Yeah, that's the one.
Marshall Heights. Okay. Anacostia. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Oh, y'all quiet.
You got a big mouth, Bridget.
Bridget, don't start no mess now.
I'm not. I'm
See?
just steady.
See?
I'm trying to finish this skirt. I've been doing this skirt for like 2 weeks. I'm tired of it now.
But you didn't did
Is that the
everything.
one you were working on before?
Yeah, but look at this little teeny skinny needle I'm working with. It's so
Okay.
Oh,
skinny.
the one. The
You
dress.
making small stitches?
Yeah, it's little.
Show 'em the dress
Oh.
though.
The dress. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can go get it.
It's not a regular dress, y'all. It's a beach dress when you wear it to the beach.
Yeah, it's made out of
But it
100%
came out
cotton.
so pretty.
Mm-hmm. Here's the top of it, if y'all can see it.
Oh, yeah.
We got
Oh,
straps.
that is pretty.
And that's the little sweetheart front.
Neckline.
Yes.
And it's real long. It goes all the way down.
Oh, wow.
And then it has a kick split in the
Oh,
back.
wow. That's pretty.
Okay.
And it fits
So
her.
are you going to put a lining or something under it?
No. This
wear that to
this
the
is
beach.
to wear over your bathing suit.
Oh,
Bathing suit.
okay.
When she at the beach.
That's pretty.
Who's that for, your daughter or your granddaughter?
My daughter.
That is pretty.
I miss doing that, Bridget. I used to make my nephews and nieces dresses and outfits.
Yeah,
but I can't handle threads anymore.
You know, you can do it in a loom, a round loom where all you do is hook it up.
Yeah, loop it.
And then
Yeah.
wrap it around. And then that way
That's
you don't
what I
have
usually
to
do.
this.
But if it gets in the air and I breathe it and hit my eyes, my face just welts and I can't have my hands do.
Oh, maybe
you can't.
I became allergic to
you
them for some reason.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yarn, all kinds. I tried every
Oh,
kind.
my Lord.
Cotton
Even
and
the
everything.
cotton?
I'm allergic
Even
to
the
it.
cotton too?
Even cotton, it bothers my breathing.
Oh, okay. So
How the fibers when they get in the air.
It's the fibers.
Yeah. So I had to give it up, but I sure miss I got things I started like animals, stuffed animals I half done and I never finished.
Yeah. Have you finished your fan?
Not yet.
What? I done made about 87 fans by now.
My
Gracie, see
all
this?
that stuff? It's dried up in the jar. I gotta get to Walmart and buy some more.
Oh,
glue like I can't think of the name right now.
Gracie,
Careful.
look at Sandra.
Teresa said that she had used the glue and it bothered her hands, so you have to wear gloves just in case. It doesn't bother me at all.
Me neither. I did my other things. It's just that I've had it for a while, and even though you keep it covered, it gets stiff in the jar. I need something to move, flow like it should. So I got to get some new stuff. But I got to cut out one set, and I got the squares for about 6 or 7 more. So when I start, I got the sticks, and so I'm ready to go. And the clothespins, I got everything. I just need some more glue.
Okay.
Gracie, you see this right here?
Pardon?
See that right there?
She's trying to show you the loom.
I don't see it.
It's white. It's got pink thread.
Let me
White
see if I
and
can
pink.
bring you in.
You got to move it back away from the camera, Sandra. There it
Yeah.
is.
A little bit.
That's called a Addy loom. What's yours called, Sandra?
A loom.
Yeah, I see it. Yes.
I'm
But
through with
just
you too.
handling the threads is what I'm allergic to.
Yeah, she's allergic to the when the fibers go up in the air. It's kind of like having carpet.
I can't deal that, and my flows are bare. I can't put very
You got
carpeting.
we got allergic to that. Yeah. But I'm still doing arts and craft. I did all kinds of fans. I started covering them with material.
You okay?
Easier.
What?
It was quicker. It was easier.
Okay.
And I got the Redskins. I got the Cowboys. I got the Steelers. I got some fans, and I got them in smaller and the larger size. I don't have the medium size. I just gave up on the medium. Either they're gonna have a small one or they're gonna have a big one. And then I got I bought some zebra material. I did them in leopard print and jungle print.
Wow.
Some commercial prints like Kool-Aid and ramen noodles.
Go girl.
All those I'm gonna be selling. I'll be up at wherever that not the farmers market, the thieves market up in Northwest.
I was just getting ready to say, Brittany, if you was out selling them fans, they would sell out because they took the fans out of the churches now because of the pandemic. You know, you got to bring your own fan to church now.
Wow.
They don't have air conditioning in the church?
Yeah, they do, but you know, they used to have the little fans.
All them people in church, they be brave.
No, we have our fans. We have fans in the church for the people.
Oh wow, they took ours out. We don't have fans.
They just put our hymn book. They took the hymn books out for a while, but they take the
How come they took the fans out?
Because it was spreading the COVID.
Because of COVID.
Something like
and
that.
they took the Bibles out too.
Ours back in there. All ours in there. Everything back in.
I don't know why they haven't put ours back in yet.
Why they take the Bibles out?
Ain't that crazy?
Because people put their hands on it and spread
then it was
COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the fans was the same.
And they don't even do a program anymore.
Well, you know,
but we're back to doing the programs, and the books are back in the church too. And we just started.
I know how it is.
And they just started the wine again with the Holy Communion. About a month ago.
Yeah, okay.
We do that instant of the
some
communion.
churches don't do the
bread and all together.
They don't do the programs because they always off of them.
Well, they got the monitors up now, so they look up on the monitor and read the hymns and stuff off the monitor.
Yeah, they ain't never take our monitors down. No, we just got
they ain't
brand
take ours
new
down. But we just don't never have the programs.
I'll be up on the monitor anyhow, but they always, if you wish they can email your whole schedule, and that's what I get. I get mine emailed to me.
Girl, I ain't worried about
change. I get a text, Just like our church anniversary next month, 102 years old.
Ooh.
Wow.
And we got
to go to?
Matthew Memorial Baptist Church right there, 2616 Martin Luther King Avenue. Pastor Joseph Turner. And but the church across from us, that's the original Matthew built, 102 years old. And we at the new one in the Arizona, which started in 66, and then the last one we did was 2000. Yeah, because our new church is going to 22 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
We almost do pay for that new church. And the apartment building that we got beside it. But we trying to
that's good.
Yeah, because we got 3 houses across from our street that from our church that the members donated to us. So that's definitely give a vote on that. What we gonna do with them 3 houses? And I say make a 4-story apartment building for emergency people in an area, to stay, especially when they have a fire. They replace their under Red Cross and all. We had one lady had what 6 children and nowhere to go, had a fire bathroom, lost everything.
Oh,
So
wow.
she stayed in one of the houses at the church, or she stayed there for what, a year until she got a place and moved out. It was a problem at first because I used to go over there and help them clean up behind her because she wouldn't clean it and all. They was tearing the walls up and all.
Oh, no.
Yes, but somehow, you know, I don't know what happened, but she came in there because she would come in there at service, but she would leave out before it was over. But she came in one Sunday and she sit the whole thing over through. And next thing I know, she was up there joining the church. When she joined the church, the whole thing changed. She didn't try to tear up the place, you know, she learned the value of things, you know, and all. She's still with us right now today. Some of her children just strayed away, but that's natural. They'll come back because they got baptized.
That's normal for kids.
Yeah, I told my children I did it. I got back. I ran too for 33 years.
You can run, but you sure can't hide.
No, indeed. And I almost died 5 times in there running too. That's what brought me back to him.
Okay, good afternoon all. This is Teresa. How are you?
Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Miss Teresa.
I think our guest speaker is here. How was your long weekend?
Good, thank you.
Good.
I love your hair, Miss Teresa.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Make you look like a young and reckless.
Okay, I decided to be kind to myself and have my hair done. So I had it cleaned off. Yeah, and it's been thinning out, so.
I love it.
Thank you very
When
much.
did you cut it?
Okay, so I
cut
am
your
looking
hair?
for a speaker. So we can get going. Meanwhile,
Oh, and also, Teresa, thank you very much
for
the presentation thing.
Oh, you received it. Okay.
Just
got
today.
it.
I just got it like 5 or 10 minutes ago.
Awesome.
Thank you
Got
so
it.
much.
Glad that you did. All right. Let me see. Let me find out if our guest speaker is here. Let's chat and see. Yep, seems to be somebody in the chat. This is hello, Ms. James. I'm here. Oh, he is here. Mr. Martinez is here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon.
Awesome. Okay.
Hello.
We have the privilege, everyone, to have David Oliver Martinez. Or what? Introduce yourself, David.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is David Oliver Martinez. I am a paralegal specialist in the Office of the Attorney General for the District of Columbia. More specifically, I work in the Civil Rights and Elder Justice section. And within that group, I work on the elder justice side, where we investigate and prosecute matters of elder financial abuse. So I would like to talk to you today. I have a full presentation whenever you're ready. And we're going to talk about some scams to look out for, ways to prevent financial exploitation, and unfortunately, what to do if you have been scammed or financially exploited. I can start the presentation when you're ready.
Okay. One of the things I'd like to do, how would you like your questions? Do you want to hold them to the end? Do you want them interactive where they raise their hands and then we take a group of questions and then you do some more and then you take a group of questions? How would you like it?
Whichever of those two methods is more convenient for you is fine with me.
A group of questions, during the presentation helps.
We can, that's fine with me.
Yeah, because you're dealing with a population with retention, wait until the end is a little difficult. So if they can get their questions answered, via groups, it really helps them to. Okay, so as you see, he's taken his time to be here with us, and we're going to give him the floor, give him the undivided attention. We're going to turn off all TVs. We're going to mute our devices and only unmute when your hands are raised and we are doing group questions. Okay, so go ahead, when you feel it's time to, you raise your hand, and then we will stop. Mr. Martinez will take a group of questions, and then he'll move right ahead with the next part of the presentation. Okay, so please remember to to mute your devices. Thank you for doing so kindly. Go ahead, Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, Ms. James. Would you just give me permission to share my screen?
I did. I just
okay.
did.
Let me see. Let me.
You are now co-host.
Oh,
which
I see.
allows
Okay.
you.
Oh, I see. All right, great. Here we go. All right, sorry, that skipped way ahead. Let me know if you can see what's on my screen.
Yep, we can.
Okay.
And we can
great.
hear you.
Excellent. Well, as I said, my name is David Martinez. I am a paralegal specialist in the Office of the Attorney General for the District of Columbia. I do work in the Civil Rights and Elder Justice section. An overview of my presentation today is we'll discuss the following 3 questions. What is financial exploitation? What is the Office of the Attorney General doing to protect vulnerable adults? And what can I do to protect myself and others? So let's get a little bit of information first about what financial exploitation is, what it looks like. These numbers are pretty grim. At least 1 in 10 older adults has experienced some form of abuse in the last year. Now that was abuse, that wasn't specifically financial abuse, but that is grouped into this statistic. And when we look at things more closely at home, we're looking at more than 8,000 district elders who are experiencing abuse each year. 8,000. Our city's population is roughly 700,000 people. Okay. This next slide, I'd like to, I'm going to stop talking for just a second and just let you absorb this slide in particular. So you can see that for every 1 case of elder abuse that comes to light, this picture speaks to the fact that that's just the tip of the iceberg, because really what's beneath the surface is another 23 cases of elder financial abuse that never get reported or see the light of day. Who commits abuse and exploitation? The short answer is that it could be anyone. So we have here a list of several different people that are involved in our everyday lives. We have a partner or spouse, a doctor, a bank employee, a grandchild, a lawyer, your neighbor, a caregiver. You get the idea. It could be anyone. Unfortunately, it can even be people we trust. And why do they commit financial abuse or any type of abuse? So I'll give you a minute to look at this slide and understand it. This is a wheel of abuse and in different situations and about how people use power and control to effectuate their abuse. So like I said, again, at the end of the day, why? It's really about power and control. And in financial exploitation or financial abuse, the money comes next because it's also about the money. Let's talk about financial exploitation. Older adults are unfortunately perfect targets for financial exploitation. And why is that? Well, the first bullet point here is that older adults hold the vast majority of wealth. Older citizens have had more time to accumulate wealth and savings. And it's just a logical progression in life. Older people generally have higher balances in their bank accounts. It's estimated that the 50+ population holds more than 70% of the wealth. Now, when we talk about financial abuse, the loss from that ranges anywhere from $2.9 billion to $36.5 billion. And the reason that's such a wide gap between those two figures is, if we go back to the iceberg slide, is because financial abuse, like other types of abuse, it gets underreported. So we really don't have a clear assessment on what the actual loss is, because there's so much of it that we don't know about. And finally, financial exploitation is the most common form of elder abuse. And oftentimes it occurs at the same time as other types of abuse. It's not just the elements of financial abuse that are into play. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's emotional, and sometimes it's even sexual abuse. I'm going to pause right here. I think this would be a good stopping point. If anybody has any questions, we can I can check in with everybody about that. If not, I'll keep going.
Right. We do see one
Okay.
hand, and that is by
Okay.
Gracie. Go ahead, Gracie, and unmute. Ask your question, Gracie. You need to unmute. You need to unmute your device, Grace. Look for the icon.
Evidently, I raised my hand in error.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
In error.
No
Okay,
worries.
well, we do
good
have Ann Dennis. We do have Ann Dennis. Her hand is raised. Go ahead,
Hi, Ms.
Ann.
Dennis.
Unmute.
I was wondering how you all can help us get to handle these people who call us and tell us that we've won money. And I got a story for them, but I don't think you want me to say it in mixed company politely, but it's getting to be really crazy. And what bothers me is that, thank God, most of the people on the iPad are capable of detecting these things. But what bothers me is the people who don't have any family, nobody that checks on them and stuff. How can we get to you for someone else? And how can you help us to help them?
Okay. Well, those are great questions. I'll have my the information about how to contact us at the end of this presentation.
Okay.
And so you'll have an opportunity there to jot it down. Now, to answer your question about the calls, that is probably the most popular question that I get, or anybody else from my team gets, when we make these outreach presentations, because the calls are pervasive. They happen to everybody and they happen all the time. They happen to me. And I like to think that I have my security, my electronic security locked down pretty well, but I do get lots of calls from unknown numbers. First and foremost, if you receive a call from a number that you do not recognize, and it's important to save numbers that you receive calls from, and it's important to save numbers that you make calls to in your phone, so that that contact will appear every time you engage with that number. Okay, so that's number one. But if you receive calls from someone you don't know, don't answer. Don't answer. If it's important, that person will leave a message. And there's another point I have about that. Please, please, please make sure that you keep your voicemail inboxes clear, because I personally have a lot of experience with this. I call back, I operate the Elder Justice Hotline for my office. And I can't tell you how many times I'm trying to respond to a voicemail that we have received, and I call a senior citizen back, but I can't leave a message or anything because either the voicemail inbox has not been set up, or because the inbox is completely full and unable to receive new messages. So that prevents me from getting through, and I'm a helper. I'm somebody who's answering a call. But please make sure that your voicemail inboxes are clear so that you can receive important messages from people who need to reach you. If the doctor is calling you and they need to leave a message for you, make sure that the doctor is able to do that. Okay. But secondly, if you get a call from somebody that you don't know, you don't recognize the number, let's say they've even called you 3 or 4 times, don't answer the call. If it's that important, they'll leave a message and they'll leave a way for you to call them back. After you get that, after you see that message is in your inbox, go ahead and listen to the message and see what it was about, so that you can respond in an appropriate way. I hope that answered your question, Ms. Dennis.
Yes, and if you
Okay.
if you answer a call from a doctor's office or something from a call, a number that you don't recognize, but you call it back after you've gotten the message. How are they managing to get those phone numbers? Like calling me from Howard University Hospital.
Yeah, I don't have the answer to that question. I know that anytime and that's tricky because, we all need our phones for so many different reasons. And it's a shame that people have found a way to abuse the phones and abuse us with the phones. But I don't know. I know that anytime you put your phone number out there, it gets saved, it gets, sold off to other parties. I also think that brings me to another point. I think it's imperative that everybody here, in order to mitigate the unwanted calls, the best thing is to register on the do not call list. And I realize you all probably have heard that before. If it's been a while since you registered the last time, go ahead and register again. Go ahead and go to the do not call website. You can also sign up for the do not mail website, and that puts you on a list of to avoid junk mail in your mailbox, in your postal mailbox. So those are two resources that I think everybody should explore. But as to answer your question about how they get your phone number, I do not know. I know that there are many different markets, including the black market, for people's information.
Okay, thank you. I have a million other questions, but I won't take up your time and let someone else have the floor.
We'll come back to you, Ms. Dennis. Thank you very much for the question.
Thank you very much, Anne. Thank you, because we do have Adele waiting patiently, and we have Diane. And then we'll stop and then continue on and then take some more questions, okay? We'll stop with the questions after Diane. Go ahead, Adele.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. I'm calling in reference to the telephone. If I get a call and I don't recognize the numbers, I don't answer the numbers or whatever it is. I don't answer. What I do at some times, but I'm told that I shouldn't do that, is call that number back. I hit, and I usually wait until about an hour afterwards, and I hit the *67. And that way I'm told that when I call that number, the other party will not know my phone number, who's calling them. Is that correct?
Yes, that works.
I'm going to defer to the person who answered, because I think they sound like they know better than I do.
Yeah, I do. I've done that many times, Adele. The *67 blocks your number from the other party from seeing it if it's a landline. Now, I'm not sure about cell phones, but I know if it's a landline, it will block the number. And you can also do *69 so that you can find out what the last number is that called you if you don't have caller ID.
Yes, thank you.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
and it does work on your cell phone.
I might be expecting a call, and I don't know if that's a legit call, but so I don't answer. But I will wait for about an hour, and I'll call that number back using the *67, hoping that they don't see my number calling them. And I just say, I'm sorry, I had the wrong number, and hang up.
Okay. Well, I think it's important to block the call when you if you decide that you do need to call back. But make sure let them leave you a message if it's important. If it's a doctor's office, if it's a friend or a family member, and they need to reach you, and make sure you tell your contacts in person when you see your friends or people at church or wherever you are. Just say, look, I don't answer the phone to unknown numbers. So if you call me from another number, make sure you leave a message.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adele. Diane, go ahead.
Hello. How are you today, sir?
I'm well. How are you, Ms. Leach?
Just fine, thanks. I got a call this morning from a cybersecurity company, and saying, because I didn't recognize the number, so I didn't answer. So they text me that they were going to take $6,800 out of my checking account. So I listened to their voicemail. I deleted the number. Then I called my bank and let them know not to let anybody take nothing out of my account.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I have $6,000, but I wish it did. But they are on full alert now of my bank account.
Okay, good.
That's what I did.
Good. I think you did exactly what I would recommend. You know, you did not engage with the people who were trying to reach you. You did not answer the call. You did not answer their text. And let's talk about that. Most legitimate businesses are not going to send you a text message or any type of communication and say, hey, we're going to take $6,000 out of your bank account. That's not good business, and that's not the way businesses operate.
Right.
And there's some legal questions there. You know, yeah, any business that operates like that is either a scam or they're setting themselves up for failure.
Right. Okay.
But I think you did the right thing by communicating very clearly to the bank, and you said, you know, look, this is the call that I got. You did not share any information with them, but that you put the bank on notice, and that's all you can do.
Right. She said that the person I talked to said that they were going to put me on alert with the bank, scam alert with the bank.
Okay,
Yes.
sounds good. Sounds good. And make sure you check every day or every couple of days too. Check your account.
Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me that. I wouldn't have checked. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on things for the next couple weeks, or until you feel things like things are squared away.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, shall I continue?
Yep, continue.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to. All right. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
You can see. Okay.
No.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Here we are. Can you see the screen now?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we had just finished here. We were here. Okay. Well, let's talk about financial abuse and exploitation. So a general definition after all of that is that the basic definition of financial abuse is the illegal or improper use of an elder or vulnerable adult's funds, properties, or assets. And we have some examples listed here. Cashing checks without authorization, forging a signature, whether that's on a check, whether that's on a contract, forging any type of signature that is about money, misusing or stealing money or possessions, coercing or deceiving into signing a document. Okay, so that examples are contracts or a will or a power of attorney, or coercing into signing to add somebody to your bank account. The next point is improper use of guardianship, conservatorship, or power of attorney. Frauds and scams, obviously. And property, so another, just to go back about what property is, property may mean a house or other valuable goods. So those are all examples of financial abuse and exploitation. How does DC define financial exploitation? So this is a summary of what's in our legal statute. This is what we work with. So using deception, intimidation, or undue influence, and we'll come back to what the term undue influence means in just a moment. But using deception, intimidation, or undue influence to use elders' money or property for someone else's benefit. An example is using elder's debit card to pay for someone else's vacation. Get elder or vulnerable adult to enter into a legal obligation for someone else's benefit, like co-signing on a student loan or buying a car. And violating other laws to get access to money or property and using for someone else's benefit. Theft, forgery, identity theft. Well, let's talk about what undue influence is, because this is a novel area in law. And if I'm not mistaken, we are the only or one of the few that addresses undue influence. That is, we're one of the only or one of the few jurisdictions in the entire country that uses this term in our statute of elder financial abuse. So what is it? Mental, emotional, or physical coercion. It overcomes the free will or judgment of an elderly person or a vulnerable adult. It causes the elderly person to act in a manner that is inconsistent with his or her financial, emotional, mental, or physical well-being. I'm going to pause on this slide for just a moment so that everyone can read it carefully to themselves. I have gone over it, but I want to make sure that everybody understands undue influence. Okay. Now let's look at some signs of financial exploitation. Sudden changes in bank account, like unexplained withdrawals or of very large sums of money. Suddenly, different people's names appear on a bank card or on a bank account, on bank documents. Maybe the elderly person receives some mail from the bank and it's addressed to the elderly person and someone else you've never heard of. Unpaid bills, that's a big red flag. Uninvolved relatives claiming their rights to an elderly person's affairs and possessions. I'll say that again. Uninvolved relatives claiming their rights to an elderly person's affairs and possessions. Sudden transfer of assets to a family member or someone outside the family. And changes in lifestyle. So these are all things to look out for. And let's talk about that unknown person. So a frequent scenario that we have is that an unknown person, they might claim to be a distant relative, a cousin, or a nephew or niece of some sort, but this isn't somebody who's really known to the family, but suddenly this person is a new best friend. That's just something to look out for. I'm not saying it's always bad. There are plenty of good people who have very good intentions out there in the world, but you know, it's okay to ask questions. So what does the Office of the Attorney General do to protect elderly people and vulnerable adults? So we have two sides of our elder justice prosecutions. We prosecute these matters in either civil court or criminal court, and occasionally both, but that's not often. But let's talk about the difference between civil cases and criminal cases. At the very base of it, a civil case is about money. People get taken to court for money all the time. It's about a contract. It's about a payment of some sort, an agreement between a business and a person, or two people, or two businesses, and so on. And so that's civil court. In criminal court, what's at stake is somebody's liberty and their freedom, because in criminal court, if the abuser is convicted, then they lose their freedom and they get locked up. So when we prosecute these cases of elder justice in civil court, when we take it that way, we're looking for court orders that bar future actions. So for example, if someone is a licensed or professional caregiver for elderly people who appears in someone's home to help around the house, maybe provide some medical attention, wash the dishes, do laundry, and so on. If that person is licensed in DC and they've been found to have abused or exploited an elderly person, we're going to try to get that license taken away from them. The next one is stay away orders. So this person obviously cannot come around the elderly victim anymore. We try to get orders that require the defendant to pay restitution. That is the money back, the money that they've taken, and maybe some more. We can get professional licenses revoked, as I mentioned. And then we also seek penalties of up to $10,000 per violation. So if you think about that, if that debit card, if an elderly person's debit card was swiped 10 times, fraudulently without permission, well, that's $100,000 in violations total. In criminal cases, we're looking at also stay away orders. The criminal matters are prosecuted in partnership with the U.S. Attorney's Office because, as you know, the District of Columbia is not yet a state. And then in criminal cases, we also seek restitution, probation, or jail time if the defendant is found guilty. I'm going to pause right here. I think this is a good moment to stop to see if anyone has any questions.
Okay. Please raise your hands and unmute your device. Go ahead, Brenda.
Yes, Mr. Oliver, let me ask you something now. I knew a friend that her husband, well, his daughter lived in another state, and she took advantage of him by taking him to the car dealership to buy a vehicle for her. And, you know, he was left with the payments. So how could I, you know, notify them, well, notify, I guess, your company that this is taking place? I mean, how would I let you all know that this is going on, that this person is being abused?
Well, that's a good question. So again, my contact and my office's contact information will be at the end of this presentation. And you'll have an opportunity to jot, and it won't just be my office, but I'll also have some information about how to contact Metro Police, Metro Police, Cyber and Financial Crimes, Adult Protective Services, and so on. And but if you give me a call after this presentation, I can talk to you more at length about that individual scenario, and we can break it down and we can see what kinds of help we can offer.
Okay. I mean, because I didn't know if I was able to report this, that I'm, you know, that I see what's going on. I didn't know if it was up to me to, you know, let you all know that this is going on.
You can report it. You're under no obligation to report it, and you could also report anonymously if you wish. But yes, you can absolutely report it. When you see something, say something.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Brenda, our next is Lynette. Go ahead, Lynette.
Hi. I have a question about, you said the uninvolved relatives claiming their right to an elderly's property. Can you speak more to that? Like, could a stepchild that's not been involved in your life and you die, and then they can come and try to claim a right to your property after you die?
Well, that could be. My office focuses mostly on the living and on the but yes, that absolutely could be it could happen. You know, we see that all the time in probate matters where people are
okay. Well, say they didn't die. Just say that maybe they became incapacitated or something, and and this uninvolved relative will come. Can you speak to that?
Well, that does happen quite a bit. So, you know, an uninvolved, you know, a stranger, a new person, a family member that you haven't seen in a long time or that you barely know, you know, they swoop in. I use the term swoop in because in a lot of these situations, it feels like they came out of nowhere, and they prey on the elderly person. And we can go back to the other slide. Why do they prey? Because elderly people have a lot of money in the bank typically. And elderly people receive benefits, and you know, all elderly people have assets. And so this stranger starts honing in on that, and they might, I don't know, there's no telling how the conversation starts, but next thing you know, this person is a signer on the bank card. Next thing you know, they're taking them to the bank to make large withdrawals, or they're taking them to the ATM, or they have the bank card and they're running around town and they're you know, ordering Uber Eats and getting their nails done and going to Zara and just liquidating all those assets. If that happens, if you if you encounter somebody who has moved in like that into your life or into an elderly person of someone you know, then it's okay to ask questions. It's a fine line because you also don't want to step on anyone's toes, and everyone, including elderly people, have a right to have friendships and relationships. But it is a delicate situation. But if it makes you feel uncomfortable and you feel there's reason to report, then you can always contact Adult Protective Services. You can always contact the police. You can always contact our office, and we can take a look at it.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
I hope that answered your question.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next is Greer. Go ahead, Greer.
Yes, you spoke in terms of something happening into the account as many as 10 times. Suppose it's as few as 7. What happens then if it's less than 10? If someone goes into the account?
Okay.
And what happens then?
Okay, well, the same thing happens. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that there was a threshold or a limit of 10 violations, but my point was that that it's $10,000 in civil penalties. That's the fee. So $10,000 per violation of fraud or using a debit card without permission and so on. So my example was, if they swiped that debit card 10 times at 7-Eleven, Uber Eats, Amazon, Zara, Walmart, nail parlor, and so on, that's $10,000 per swipe.
On mute. On mute. I don't understand.
So what would be
she picked me and just went right over.
I thought Teresa called Greer.
Yes, I did. I'm muted. I've muted the person. Go ahead.
Okay. So what would be the alternative if something like that did happen? What would be I did know it happened to me, and I notified my bank, and they returned my money. But the person has an awful attitude, and it was a dear friend of mine's daughter, and it just shocked me so badly, and it hurt me. And it has created a rift between the mother and I because we were very close. And of course, she still owes me something that I had originally had her to purchase for me. And she had an attitude, but I figured that our friendship was far better and I didn't want to hurt her mother anymore. But, she went into my account 7 different times. And then when I approached her about it, is your account number so and so and so? I don't know how that happened. How do you go into a person's account 7 times and not realize that it's not your account?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out if I should just let it go.
Sure.
Or not.
Well, this would be worth us taking a look at. I'm happy to, if you'd like to give me a call after this presentation, I'm happy to speak with you about that. It sounds like there was some malfeasance here, but I can't speak to everything because I just like to speak with you in private and ask you some questions. But I think it's worth us taking a look at it.
All right, I thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you. Okay, should we take one more question and then move on?
Okay, Rosemary. Go ahead, Rosemary.
Yes, hi. Thank you, Oliver. But I was trying to get help for him. I live in a senior building, and it's a gentleman. He's illiterate, but his sister turned around and took over control of everything of his, and she been messing a lot of his business, his things up, like his Social Security, food stamp, different things, medical insurance. So he been trying to get them to take her off, because she's custodian. She made herself the custodian because he can't read or write, so he wants his son to take over. And he been trying to figure out how. I told him all he got to do is call Social Security, Medicaid, whatever, and tell him take her off. But I said, but you're gonna have to go to the court. If it went through court, you're gonna have to go through court. But he's not understanding what I'm saying. So I was wondering if I could give him your number, and maybe you can help him understand it better, or how he could do it.
Yeah, you absolutely, you can feel free to provide my number when I offer that at the end of the presentation. I believe this might be a situation where, we partner with a lot of different organizations and other government agencies in the district. And the first resource that comes to mind, Ms. Rosemary, is Iona Senior Services. They are a senior citizen focused nonprofit here in Washington, D.C. And I can't speak more highly about their money management program. And I think I don't work for Iona, but in my eyes, just hearing this here, it sounds to me like this might be something I would refer to that program. They have social workers who sit down with people and just help elderly people manage money, balance a checkbook, go over a bank statement, pay some bills, and we receive referrals from them, and we send referrals to them as well.
Okay, I would appreciate that information.
Okay. And if you'd like to call me, and I can provide that information to you.
Yeah, because it bothers me when people take advantage of other people, and it hurts me. So God put me here to help them. I'm probably the youngest one in here. So I try to do what I have to do to help them, because it really bothers me.
Yeah, that's excellent. And I love that. I love that there are younger, older folks who are looking out for the older folks. And because we have a tendency to group all senior citizens, anybody who's over 60, but between 60 and 90, that's 30 years. There's a lot of generational difference there. So thank you for your work there.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I do see some more hands raised, but I'd like to proceed with the presentation if that's all right. And then I'll be happy to pause and take some more questions further along. Is that okay with you, Ms. James?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let me know if you can see my screen now that I've resumed sharing.
Yep.
Okay, so we've gone over the way that OAG, what actions we take to protect people who have been financially exploited. So let's talk about some common scams. We are finally past COVID, even though COVID is still around. We do still have to be careful. Most of the COVID-19 scams have mostly faded away, but that is still at the top of our list, and that is when we created this PowerPoint presentation. Charity scams are ongoing; they're alive and well. Please be careful about the charities that you donate to. Only donate to places that you know and trust. Ask your friends and family members for references to charities that they trust and that they donate to. But be very wary about somebody calling you on the phone, even if it is for a charity you know and trust, like the Red Cross or United Way, and so on and so forth, because scammers do use those names fraudulently to collect their own money. Look out for impersonation. This is the text messages or the phone calls that you get from the IRS or the Social Security Administration saying that you owe a tax debt or back taxes or you were overpaid in Social Security benefits. These are some very serious types of fraud. And but one thing you should know is that the IRS and the Social Security Administration is not going to send you a text message to contact you. They're going to send you a letter in the mail. And on that letter, there will be a phone number. And that is the phone number that you call to reach those places. But be very careful and be very skeptical about any text message you get from somebody saying that they're from the IRS. Another common scam is if you live in a freestanding house, Somebody may come and knock on your door. That's always a red flag. And this is no longer the day and age of door-to-door salesmen. People do still come to the door, but it's just not common business. That's not how a lot of businesses operate these days, because we have so much access to media, to television, radio, apps on your phone. There's so many different ways to get your business, but someone may appear on your doorstep and they may say, it looks like your roof needs to be patched, or it looks like you need some work in your driveway. You know, those are all things those are services that you should be soliciting on your own, not allowing people to come offering them to you. And I say that because a lot of times when people show up on your doorstep offering you to do some repair work around your property, it usually, in my experience, it almost always leads to a scam. Sweetheart romances, or sweetheart or romance scams. This is when if somebody new contacts you on social media, let's say it's Facebook. Facebook is an easy place because people already have your name. They might even have a photo of you that's on display. And long story short, they start sweet talking to you. They start sweet talking you. They hone in on you because you're lonely and you're isolated, and they perceive that you're elderly. And if you're elderly, they perceive you to have a lot of money in the bank. So be very careful about romances, and particularly online romances. A grandparent scam. This could involve getting a call from a grandchild or someone pretending to be your grandchild, and they may ask you for money because they've been locked up, they're out of state, or because they're in a hospital and they need to pay the hospital bill. Be very careful about, you know, those are things that you can easily follow up on and check in on. You can call their parents. We'll get into every single one of these in just a moment. A foreign lottery. Also be very careful if somebody tells you that you've won the lottery in Jamaica. It is illegal for a US citizen to collect lottery winnings outside of the country. Scammers, they may know that, but they don't think you know that. So don't fall for it. And tech support. This is when people say, oh, your computer has a virus. Please give us access to your computer. And next thing you know, they've accessed your bank account as well. So let's talk a little more at length about some of these. A caller in an impersonation scam, they may act like they're from a government agency. They may ask for your personal information, like your social security number, your date of birth, or even a bank account number. They have spoofed the caller ID on their phone. That means that spoofing means that they've scrubbed the identification data from the cell phone number that they're calling from, and they've manipulated it to look like the Internal Revenue Service or like the Social Security Administration and so on. So please be careful about that. Remember, Social Security and IRS are not going to call you asking for that information. They're not going to call or email you demanding immediate payments by credit card. And they certainly will never ask for payments by gift card. I'm going to say that again. The IRS and the Social Security Administration is never going to ask you to pay a tax debt or a Social Security debt with a gift card from Best Buy or any other retailer. That is a scam. Let's talk about home repair and roofing scams. So somebody might show up on your doorstep. They might even have a uniform on and a clipboard. They're doing some work in your area and they have a special price for you, but you have to act now. Well, those are all red flags. If you need work done on your house, get a recommendation from a family member or a friend, somebody who you trust, somebody whose home you have been to and you've seen the good work that has been done on their home. Get that type of recommendation. Don't just fall for somebody who shows up on your doorstep. Romance scam. So scammers, they, like I said, earlier, they may find you through social media, through dating sites, a chat room, and you know, they will definitely follow up by phone. They may even video chat with you so that they can build trust and build a relationship with you. And before too long, they start asking for money, wire transfers. They might ask for gift cards, or they might ask you to cash a check for them. Be very careful about anyone asking you to cash a check. Oh, I'm sorry. Remember, it's a red flag for someone in a new relationship to ask for money. Okay, if you just, it might have been a long time since you've dated, but if somebody that you've just met and 1 or 2 weeks into the relationship, they say, hey, I need some money, that's not normal, okay? Like I said, they prey on lonely, isolated seniors, and like I said earlier, the check cashing warning. If you cash a check for somebody and that check is a bad check or a forged check, you could possibly be an accomplice. So please be wary of that. When we talk about grandparent scams, they, like I said, they pretend to be a grandchild or a family member in trouble. They may be in trouble with the law. They may have been in a car accident of some sort, and they may say, "Don't tell mom and dad." Well, that's really the first place you should go, is call their parents and say, "Hey, is Billy okay?" Don't volunteer any information the scammer can use to convince you. Don't panic and don't feel pressured. I understand that when you hear that a grandchild or a family member is distraught or in trouble in some way, the first thing a grandparent wants to do is to help, but don't fall for it. Just double check everything. Don't panic. Call a family member for help. You trust your instincts. You don't send gift cards. A sweepstakes or lottery scam, they'll call you and they'll tell you that you've won money, you have a big cash prize, but the catch is that you have to pay a fee. You have to pay taxes, or you have to pay to have the money sent. You know, they're very creative with the reasons that you have to pay for money that you've won. They may ask you to deposit a check, and you may send some of the money in from that check off to someone else or back to them, and then you get to keep the rest. That's what they want you to think. But they can be very aggressive. They'll demand money by wire. They'll ask you to go out and buy gift cards and give them the gift card numbers from the back. Sometimes they'll ask for cash, or they may just ask for your bank account information so they can do it themselves. First and foremost, I always say this: if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. They may be posing as law enforcement to get more money out of their victims. And remember, if you help deposit a bad check, not only are you going to be out the money, but you also may have to show up in court. In computer tech scams, they may call pretending to be from a well-known computer software company. They may try to gain access to your computer or your electronic device through a pop-up ad. And they're going to say, we're going to fix your computer, but we're going to need some money to pay for it. This is almost like someone showing up on your doorstep asking to or offering to repair your roof, but it's virtual. This is a tech scam. They're showing up on your digital doorstep, your iPad, your computer, your phone. And just be very careful about this. Don't fall for it. If you really do need some work on your computer, go to a family member or friend. Go to someone who you consider to be tech savvy and ask them for recommendations. But don't fall for a pop-up notification or a text message like this. And then finally, we have some tips to avoid scams and exploitation. Always seek the advice of a trusted family member. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Try not to panic. Try not to feel pressured, because that's when they get the most of you. That's when they panic is the door opening to the scam. Call a family member, a friend, call a neighbor if you need help with running your errands or with things around the house. Be suspicious of anybody who requests you to wire funds, whether you know them or not, or whether you know them a little bit. Always just be very careful about that. Make sure that you know exactly what this money is for, where it's going, who's using it, and make sure you know the recipient very, very well. This one, I don't necessarily agree with this last bullet. point, but don't click on links or attachments in emails or on the internet. I find that hard to believe because we all need to click on links. We all need to click on attachments in email occasionally. I'm not going to tell you to do that, but what I am going to ask you to do is please be very, very careful and vigilant. Check the senders of the emails you receive before you click. Don't click right away. Scrutinize, read the email very, very carefully. Make sure you understand everything very carefully, and then you can click. And I ask you to forgive me if you can hear a cat meowing in the background. I am working from home today. So I do have my contact information here. This is where you can call or contact to report abuse. We work very closely with these two other agencies, with Adult Protective Services, which is housed within DACL, the Department of Aging and Community Living. Adult Protective Services is there to help you with your concerns about health, safety, and welfare of an elderly person or a vulnerable adult. You can always contact my office, the Elder Justice section at the Office of the Attorney General. I will read that number out loud to you. So if you do have a pen and paper ready, now is your chance. I'll wait. I'll give you just a second. Okay, so my office's telephone number, this is the Elder Justice section at the OAG. The number is 202-727-3807. That's 202-727-3807. You can also email us at elderjustice@dc.gov. That's Elder Justice altogether, ELDERJUSTICE @dc.gov. And finally, you can also contact the Metropolitan Police Department. They do have a cyber and financial crimes unit, and we do work closely with the detectives in that section as well. The number for MPD is 202-265-9100. 202-265-9100. And I'll leave that screen up so that you can copy that information if you need more time. I will take more questions. I see some hands up. Ms. James, I'll let you monitor.
Okay, so we have about 6 and we actually have 7. We're going to cut it off at that point because we know that your time is coming to an end. It is now 2:24. So we will not take any more hand raised after Lynette Rooney. That's the very last one I'm seeing on the list right now. But I'll begin with Grace Conte. Are you there, Grace? Conte, are you there, Grace?
I'm not, can you hear me now?
I can. I needed you to raise your hand. I've been chatting with you to get you to raise your hand. Go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead. Grace, are you there? Grace, are you there?
She's
okay,
muted.
we'll go with Louise then. Louise, go ahead and unmute and ask your question. Oh, I also want to keep the questions to be short because we have a limited amount of time. We don't want to go beyond, as I mentioned, the 6 hands that are already up. Keep it limited. Turn your phones off because I'm hearing a phone ringing, or mute your device. And limit your questions, the length of your questions. Go ahead, Louise.
I just unmuted to talk to you quickly. I think I had a problem yesterday
you have a TV going, Louise?
Hold on. It's
because
not my TV.
It is in the
Somebody
background.
was trying to get in touch with me, and at the same time, I opened your line, so I had to get it cut off. I tried to answer because I have a situation going on, and yesterday I was told to call the stay away people, and I didn't know what the number was. And so I guess I got my information from these numbers, but I don't know which one will have the stay away form that I have to fill out. It's like any one of them.
So you contacted the courthouse about a
No,
stay away order?
they just told me yesterday I need to do that.
Who is they?
The police.
The police, okay.
They see people because my daughter is mentally ill and they took her to the hospital and then they send her back home.
Okay.
And they were telling me that she has rights because she lived here more than 6 months, so I can't lock her.
Okay, all right. And so you need a stay away order from these people to stay away from your daughter, is that right?
For her not to come to my house.
For your daughter not to come to your house?
Right.
Okay. So, yeah, I think you could contact me after this presentation is over.
Right.
However, I believe you might get the help you need from Adult Protective Services in this case. I think and I think that's probably where I would refer you first, and then if and then I would just have you follow up with me to just so that I can check in to make sure that everything was squared away. Do you see the number for Adult Protective Services, or did you?
Yeah, I did it down. Yeah.
Okay. I would contact them first, and if you'd like to give me a call on our hotline, that would be fine as well.
Because I've been coping with it, but she pushed me last week. And so she'd never done that before. So they want me to have it in place in case.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, okay, so this is a little bit outside our wheelhouse because there's not an element of financial abuse that I'm hearing.
Right.
But this is about your physical safety. Yeah, Miss Louise, if I were you, I would contact Adult Protective Services, and please do check in with me, and I'll see if there's anything else that I can find for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So our next person would be Denise. And can I ask you again to limit to one question and have it be brief? We've got a series of questions. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon. My concern was the scamming is very irritating and it's getting a little bit out of hand. But what I was concerned about is I wonder why the government can't find a way to do something about this, because I have Comcast and excuse me, and when I get scam calls, it'll pop up on my TV saying it's a scam. You know, so I'm saying if they could find a way to do this, why can't the government like put some kind of device out, whatever, so them scam callers can't be getting through to people phone lines and whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know nothing about the doors now. That's on the person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, go on.
Oh, and then the second thing I was saying, like, I don't understand either. Like, you Google a person name looking for the address, it'll pop up. It give them their name, their address, where they used to live, and everything. Because we don't have phone books anymore.
Right.
So I'm like, wait a minute. And then if you Google somebody live in your house, they'll get them the same thing, their address and where they was living. I say, wait a minute. And see, this is just a little bit out of hand now. So they could find a way, the government, if they want to. Seem like they just really want this to go on. I don't know, but it's very annoying and it's irritating.
Well, I can assure you we don't want this to continue going on because it makes my work a lot harder.
Right.
So I do think that the government does what it can. Unfortunately, technology and the scammers are always a little bit ahead of us there. And then, we do have, we have rights, we have rights to call people on the phone. And what we don't have rights to do is we don't have rights to scam people. But so it's a slippery slope. I understand the frustration. I'm sorry that's all happening to you. I'm glad you do have those notifications from Comcast. If anybody has an iPhone or another type of smartphone, you may notice that you get calls and it will say scam possible or possible scam. And I think those red flag alerts are excellent. I get them too.
So how do they know if they're a scam? How do they know that?
I don't know the answer to that. That may be that may be. I'm not a tech expert.
Right.
I like to think I operate my technology pretty securely, but that may be a question to ask Comcast or Apple or Google even. Now, to answer the second part of your question about identity theft, or about the information that's on the internet, you are right that people can Google a name, and those results are not 100%, but sometimes they are pretty close.
Right.
And I know
that's
that
dangerous.
it can be dangerous. I think it's very wise for everyone to, every 6 months or so, Google your name and where you live, and to see what kind of information is out there on you. And I know there are several websites that purport to help locate people. I can't recall the names of them, but I know that in the past, what I have done, and so this is just my personal advice to you. I'm not saying this is going to solve the situation or anything, but on those websites that help locate people that might have your information listed, there are ways, if you do some research on those websites, there are ways to request them to remove your information. Okay. It's not easy to find. Of course, it's not easy to find because they make money off having your information on their webpage. But it is possible. And at the end of the day, I've requested them to take it off. I've gone back and it looks like they've taken my information off, but is it really? Is it really? So I don't, that's just the best thing I can think of. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But thank you for
so
being,
much.
well, thank you. It looks like you have a nice feast there.
Yeah, thank you.
Take
You
care.
have a good day and be blessed.
Thank you.
you.
I'll go with
Likewise.
Sandra, can you keep yours one question and be brief? Thank you.
Yeah, you said about the grandparents. They're also copying people's phone numbers. They copied my son's phone number and called me. And just so happened my son walked in the middle of it, and they said that he was locked up and he needed money to get out of jail.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
And to get rid of him, I said, oh, well, if he's locked up, he'll stay locked up. And we were sitting here laughing.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's that's one way to get them. Well, I'm glad your son walked in the door at that moment.
Oh no, he knows the rules.
Yeah. But I'm really glad you didn't fall for it. And that is one way to be vigilant about it. All I can say is that ask around your family. Say, hey, did you hear that that Joey got locked up? Did you hear? Did you hear that? Where was Joey the last time you heard from him? Was he in Georgia? Was he out of state somewhere? Do your research. Do your research.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we've got just two more questions. Somebody just dropped out, so that gives Yvonne Irvin to go ahead and ask your question because somebody just dropped out, and then followed by
No,
Lynette.
I don't have a question, Teresa.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, I didn't. Did I have my hand raised?
Well, you had earlier, and but that's okay. I'll go with Lynette Bruni.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead. And then I'll take my question.
Thank you for taking my question again. How about, like, my desktop was taken over by scammers and they ran this loud noise like a siren, and then they flashed this number up there to say that they can fix it, and the noise was going on all at the same time like an alarm, and it really scared the heck out of me, and I didn't know what to do. I asked my daughter, she said just turn off the computer. But how about, I mean, if I didn't just turn off the computer, would they just stay there forever? Because they took over my computer, it went black, I couldn't do anything or anything. How do you deal with that?
That is a good question. I have not heard of all these bells and whistles and sirens on these types of situations. It sounds like they're just trying to confuse the heck out of you. And I think my advice would be to turn off the computer, like your daughter said. Turn off the computer and contact a tech expert is my advice, because and while that can be very expensive, that's the downside of this. But I don't know what type of information they had on your computer to get it to do all that. And I don't know what type of information they had access to see. And like I said, I'm not a tech expert, but I would take it to somebody you know and trust. If it's a family member who does this type of work, that's a place to start. But you may need to take it into a professional business to have some antivirus software installed on it, and to have your device cleaned of all that, whatever type of material they might have put on it. That's the best thing I could tell you.
Well, I had antivirus on it and I turned it off for like 2 months and I didn't go back. And when I went back to it, it was open. But if I went back to it, then you think they're still back there lurking in the background?
I don't know. I don't know for
I know
sure.
you say you're not techie, so that's I
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know. They could possibly, but they also could have possibly given up. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for the question. Sorry that happened.
We
to you.
have time for one more question, and that's going to come from Michael. Seeing we had one drop. Go ahead, Michael. And
Yes,
you-
hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to ask one question. David, right? David?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. You had mentioned that they sometimes say that they send you a check and they want you to cash the check. And I know you had said be wary of it, and so I realized that. But how do they make money from you cashing a check? Maybe the check bounce, but how do they get money? How did the scammer get the money? Any money from it?
That's a good question. So that type of scam surrounds something called money muling. I don't know if anybody has ever heard that term, money muling. Mule like a donkey, mule. And so it's a type of money laundering where they have funds from a source, probably an illegitimate source, okay? And they're trying to, I don't know where the money making is in this, but they're trying to move this money, and they're using you and maybe other people as a conduit to get the money from A to B, okay? How do they make money off it? I don't know, but I also know it's just something you don't want to get involved in.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
And so, yeah, but if the way it would go is that they'll send you a check, and then let's say it's for $20,000 and you get to keep 10, and then you send $10,000 on to somebody else, and they might have, and it may be very long and convoluted. They may have like a whole series of people, but next thing you know, that check bounces, and then you're out $10,000, or you're negative $10,000, and then the person you've also issued a bad check now.
Right.
Okay, so you've received a bad check, and then you've issued a bad check, and that's where the problem comes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, mercy. Yeah, it just sounds like they're just trying to cause confusion.
Exactly. Look out for it. Look out for it, because it goes without saying, we shouldn't be accepting or depositing checks for anybody we don't know.
Right.
That's just, if it's a trusted friend, if it's a trusted family member, and it's for something like, and it's for something important and legitimate, and it, that's fine. As long as the bank says that, and if you have any questions, you can ask the bank. Say, is it okay if I deposit this check and give my granddaughter $50? The bank would answer that question for you, because it's their, once you deposit it into the bank, it's their money. So.
Right. Okay. Thank you, David. All right.
Well, we want to say thank you to Mr. Martinez, so you can unmute and thank him for taking the
Thank you,
time.
Mr. Martinez, for your
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I'm going to be calling
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ms.
I'll be calling you,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
I got a
And we
lot of
look forward to
questions.
seeing him
That was
again
just one of
sometime
them.
Yes.
soon.
Thank you.
It would be my
Sometime
pleasure.
soon.
Okay,
It was
thank you very much.
such a
Please,
pleasure to speak with all of
please
you.
come back and give us some more information.
Yes.
Yep, excellent information. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay.
For all your information.
Have a great rest of the day, everyone. Thank you very much for
You too.
the
Now, take care.
opportunity.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
All right.
Teresa, is this a recorded? I can get this again because I missed a lot of it. I came in late.
Yeah, it's a recorded. It'll be available on YouTube as well as in our file system.
Okay.
Sorry
Thank
about that, but yeah, there are too many questions that come, so I can't get everybody in. His time really ends on the hour, but I allow just maybe 10 minutes overage for additional questions, and we went past that time. So we are just fortunate to have him. So I don't want to exhaust him because I want him to come
Right.
back again. Yeah,
Yeah.
want him to come back again. So
Well,
sorry about those
I wanted to
questions
add some more
couldn't-
information. I wanted to tell him something else, ask him about something else because, you know, like for instance, I had a problem with Microsoft. So I went on Google and I Microsoft Google and I ended up, and I saw where it said Microsoft and I went on there and I think it opened up a lot of cans of worms. Also recently, my sister did the same thing with AT&T, I think it was, one of those telephone companies. And she ended up with a scammer. But she went on Google and thought she was under the right logo and everything. So I was going to ask them about how do we avoid that? And she found out that there was a scammer who's imitating AT&T. So you have to be careful of that too, even though you initiated.
Okay, so that's a very good question, and we're covering that on Friday.
Okay.
If you look at your daily reminder, we're covering beginning tomorrow and Friday. We're going over the iPad features and what to do and what not to do, how to avoid it, and so we're going it in detail because we realize that even though. So please come on board tomorrow and Friday and get an idea of what to do in these instances. What you know.
Teresa, may I say something?
Okay.
May I say something before we leave?
Go ahead.
I'm looking at for the benefit of you.
Can I get you to mute Ann? Ann, we're hearing you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead. The person wanting to say something.
Listen, I wanted to say, yes, I'm
go ahead,
Janice
Janice.
Taylor. Hi, I wanted to say something about the man was talking about as far as the checks. I was scammed 5 years ago. I was scammed, and as far as the check, I did deposit a check in my Navy Federal. I had to get a police report. I had to get a police report for all of my accounts that I had at all the banks here in DC that I had, because money was being taken out of my account and put in my account. And so I had to get a police report for all that. Matter of fact, there's someone on Facebook now that's still, he's on my messenger, that is still asking me to contact him, telling me that I have grant money, you know, all this free grant money, but you have to pay money to get it. And he's talking about that he's from the IRS and all of this. And I told him that I was going to report him. So yes, the checks that you do deposit in your account and they take the money out, you do have to pay that money back to that account, to that bank, and all the monies that are being transferred. So I had to contact the police department, like I said, and get a police report number and all of that. So I have not had a bank account in over 5 years because of this, because of the scam that, and once the scam is going into your account, that means your accounts are flagged. Your name is flagged, so that where you cannot have a bank account. They'll stop you from getting bank accounts at other banks. So I just wanted to put that out there to where it is. I have not had an account. So only thing that I'm using now is a prepaid money card for all of my transactions that I use. But yes, the scammers are out there, and I'm going to contact the young man that was just on here now to let him know, to give him all the information that is still coming to me. asking me why I'm not coming speaking to them about this and that and the other, and
Yeah.
asking for monies and telling me that all this grant money that I had out there 5 years ago. So I just wanted to say that was it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I
Thank you so
appreciate it,
much.
Janet. Appreciate it
Thank you
very
so
much for
much.
sharing.
Yeah.
So and it's called, what is it called? Check muling.
It's called
Yeah.
muling, and anybody
Mule.
tell you about there's
Check
grant money
muling.
out there, they're going into your emails account and they're taking people's account. They're saying, how you doing? And you know that it's a family member or friend that's on your Facebook account, and they're saying, how you doing? All that, and you already know that you're already friends. So don't accept friend requests. So I
Yeah,
accepted one of my
that's true.
friend's friend requests, and when it comes, she says, how you doing on there and whatnot. And then it comes and says, do you know about the new grant money that the government has out there, but it's
Yeah,
not free.
I
And it's
know.
like over $50,000 or more. So don't get caught up. I got caught up in that
Right.
to where it is I had to contact the police and on here on Georgia Avenue and get a police number
Right.
and all that. No bank accounts I don't have anymore. And like I said, I use a prepaid card now for all of my transactions, and I still owe Navy Federal was $260 for
Wow.
a check that
Janice, does that
I
mean you can't open a check account with anyone, not even another
your name
credit
your
union?
you cannot the credit union will flag you. Your name goes into just like a forgery. Your name
Okay.
goes into
Goes into
a data bank telling you that this person has had forgery on their accounts, and do
Oh
not
my,
open a bank account with this person. My name is not on there. I just refuse to open up another bank account.
right.
But your
Thank you
name
so
is,
much.
but your name will go into account to where it is that if your accounts have been in forgery and whatnot, they will flag your account, flag your name, and say, do not open a account for them at First Virginia Bank or Trust Bank, because these people are not, whatever it is, and through the FBI and all that. So you cannot open up a bank account. They
Right.
Oh
won't
my
allow you.
goodness, that is so helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Sorry,
welcome.
sorry for your
I
loss, though.
I
Sorry for
had
your
that problem
loss.
too of being a mule, and I played into it. But when I found out that it was a scam, I got some money for them. Then they sent me back again. So I wound up taking $1,000 from them and then called the police on them.
Good.
Well, that was good. All right now.
Yeah.
Mr. James, Mr. James,
Okay.
Mr.
Okay, I'm
James,
here.
could I say this about the way Facebook is identifying you? They're taking you get an email from Facebook and they say that your account has been hacked, and they need to verify that you're the correct person, and they ask for identification, social security card, or
Oh no.
Do it. Don't do it.
Never do that.
or your address, a birth certificate.
Don't do
I mean,
it.
it's a whole bunch of stuff that they ask for, and this is worldwide.
That's not Facebook.
Every time, yeah, I had that same feeling too. But when I go to Facebook, it's the same account that I usually be going to, but I can't get in the account because they say that it's been hacked.
Right.
It has been hacked, and they changed your password and everything.
That's what they did. They changed
Yeah,
your
so
password.
Facebook is asking us questions,
That's
and
why
they're
I don't
asking
go on
me
no
for a
Facebook.
It's
social
not
security
Facebook.
number.
But you don't never
It's
give
not a
them your
They did that.
personal
No,
information.
So
no.
Never
this is
give
what
them
I
that
recommend you
information.
do. You're
Leave it
gonna have to
alone.
walk away from that account. Basically, you can
Right,
get a new
Close it.
email address, get a whole new
Close it.
Facebook account, and be
right.
very, very careful how you respond to, because it apparently somebody got a hold of your password access. Somebody did
Mhm.
via through
Okay,
you. You have to
okay.
take the responsibility. It happened through you.
Right. You're
Unless
right.
you made it a very simple password that anybody can guess. So you have to take responsibility for that, and you're gonna have to let go of that Facebook,
Right.
shut it down, do whatever you need to do.
Right.
That's
No,
what I
what
did.
you do, you
Back away
you
from
contact
Facebook.
Facebook. You contact them and let them know what happened. I've been
Yeah.
caught
I,
out of
I,
mind. I was put out of mind because they hacked my Facebook page and changed my password. I got a hold of Facebook, and that's who I had got my my Facebook page back.
Okay. You got it back? That's great.
And I made the password
they won't give me
so
mine
hard
back.
Huh?
They won't give me mine back. When I contact, they say the automated system says leave a number, and they'll call you back, and they never call back.
That ain't Facebook.
That's the one that's on their page. That's the number that's on their page.
Back away from it
Facebook
right
been hacked.
Just back away from it. Leave it alone. That's
that's what I've done.
Step away from it.
Create a new one.
Over a year now. Over a year. I did that.
No, you
I'm
should
just passing
never-
it on. I'm just
Michael.
passing it on. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should never.
Well, thank you for sharing, guys. Thank you so much. We'll have to come to an end now.
Should I go ahead and
We're
start?
past our time. Thank you for sharing. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow with our part 1 of our iPad security features.
Oh, you got
Please attend. There will be door prizes towards the end, not at the beginning, because I don't want anybody to come out 5-10 minutes and then want a door prize. You've got to stay in entirety to be eligible for the door prize. So please, tomorrow and Friday, we're going through the iPad features, all these different things that you learned today. We'll be covering some of it. We'll be covering why you're in the program, what access we have, what we don't have. Just make sure
Kenny's battery.
tomorrow. I'm going to say goodbye. Many of you are
She's
now
saying
are
goodbye.
distracted
She's saying
with the
goodbye.
telephones. So I'm going to end the meeting and say goodbye for now. Have a
Thank you,
wonderful
Teresa.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Teresa.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you, Miss Teresa.